What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. 13K. Chapter 366 Defeat. Advertisement. Dwang. A huge golden magic circle appeared above Laxus, and the dazzling golden light spread to the surroundings. The Fairy's Law, one of the three super magics of Fairy Tail, uses sacred light to fight against darkness. Anyone who is identified as an enemy by the caster will be punished. Makarov once used this trick to wipe out more than 900,000 invaders from the Ilbara's empire in one blow. It can be called the strongest map cannon. Anyone with a lower magic level than the caster cannot withstand this trick. One of the magics that Uchiha Zan Yan wants to learn most is the Fairy's Law. Uchiha Zan Yan turns on Susanoo. An orange-yellow skull appears around Uchiha Zan Yan's body, and Uchiha Zan Yan protects it. Ha, 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 Laxus gasped heavily. This trick consumes a lot of magic power. He learned it secretly and was identified as the strongest magic by him. It was because of this magic that he had the confidence to claim that he was the strongest. XO. Swish. A huge orange-yellow energy arm grabbed Laxus and brought him to Uchiha Zan Yan. Laxus was startled when he saw a huge energy skeleton and struggled hard, but the more he struggled, the tighter Susanoo's grip tightened. Ah, the strongest in Fairy Tail. What do you want to do by becoming the strongest in Fairy Tail? Bullying in your own house. Aren't you going to create the strongest guild? Then why don't you become the strongest in Fury, the strongest in Ishgar, or the strongest wizard in the world? I don't care what you want to do, but you shouldn't have attacked Urza. The old man protected you too well, which is why you have developed a reckless character. The old man spoils you, but it doesn't mean that everyone should spoil you. If the old man hadn't done me a favor, I would have killed you just for attacking Urza. Uchiha Zan Yan released a powerful Conqueror's Haki at Laxus while saying this. The mental impact of Conqueror's Haki made Laxus feel a great fear in his heart. He had never been so scared before. Advertisement. All the instincts in his body told him that he would die, really die. Forget it, I'm not interested in educating you, I'm just here to teach you a lesson. Uchiha Zan Yan released Susanoo. Ha, Laxus fell to the ground like a rag, the consumption of magic power, plus the attack from Uchiha Zan Yan just now, plus the impact of Uchiha Zan Yan Conqueror's Haki. Because of the short time, their injuries were not serious, and preparing from now on would not delay the magic parade in the evening. You're welcome, this is what I should do. In the infirmary of Fairy Tail 980 bar. Laxus then turned his gaze to Makarov. Laxus frowned slightly. Do you know what you did? I just want to make this guild stronger. Look into my eyes. Uchiha Zan Yan picked up Laxus. Laxus turned his head away, deliberately not looking at Makarov. Soon, everyone was laughing again, as if nothing had happened before, and preparing for the magic parade in the evening together. The result of these guys doing this was undoubtedly that they were severely reprimanded by Urza. In the end, under Urza's coordination, they all shook hands and made peace. Zan Yan. Laxus knew he couldn't escape, so he had to open his eyes. Makarov sighed helplessly when he saw Laxus like this. He knew what his grandson was thinking. When he was young, he wanted to make the guild stronger like Laxus. Advertisement. Laxus' body and mind could no longer support, his eyes rolled back and he fainted. Everyone in the guild also noticed Uchiha Zan Yan and Laxus. Laxus. Makarov thanked. Zan Yan, thanks to you, if you didn't really know how to stop Laxus, Laxus would have caused such a big mess. When Laxus used the God's Voice Palace, he was scared. That was a magic that could destroy a city. Fortunately, Uchiha Zan Yan destroyed those lightning magic crystals. If the God's Voice Palace launched an attack, the consequences would be disastrous. Makarov said. If you wake up, open your eyes. This was also due to the fact that Fairy Tail often fights on weekdays, so everyone didn't have any grudges. It's fine, he just fainted due to excessive consumption of magic power and 10 points of injury and mental shock. Although this incident was not small, the total length from start to finish was less than an hour. The people in the guild also returned one after another, but at this time, Fairy Tail was filled with a strong smell of gunpowder. 013507014 Fulu 192,132,400. Zan. Laxus. Swoosh. The so-called guild is a place where partners gather together, an intermediary for introducing jobs, and a home for homeless kids. It is not your personal thing. Uchiha Zan Yan appeared again in the Fairy Tail Guild. The petrification magic of the hostages was lifted, and the God's Voice Palace was also destroyed by Uchiha Zan Yan, and the Fairy Tail brawl naturally ended. The guild is gradually formed in the trust and morality of each person, and then it becomes a bond that is stronger and tougher than anything else. Laxus said. I know. Almost everyone was injured, and it was obvious that these people had fought before. But you betrayed morality and threatened the lives of your companions. This kind of thing is absolutely unforgivable. The final result was that they had a fight, but they didn't help at all. Uchiha Zan Yan dealt with Laxus and the Thunder Gods. Advertisement. Chapter 367. Expulsion. Advertisement. You are really a clumsy guy. Relax the pressure on your shoulders a little. In this way, you will see things you have never seen before and hear words you have never heard before. People like this will be happier. I, the old man, regard protecting your growth as the meaning of my life. I don't need you to have a strong power. It doesn't matter if you are not smart enough. As long as you grow up healthily, I will feel very satisfied. Laxus was silent after hearing this. Laxus is not a fool. On the contrary, Laxus is very smart. Before, he was forced by the pressure to make his whole personality a little distorted. After being severely abused by Uchiha Zanyan, he realized that he looked down on the weak people in the guild before, and he was not a weak person in the eyes of others. What qualifications do he have to despise others? After this failure, he began to learn to reflect. Laxus, I will expel you from the guild now. Laxus widened his eyes and couldn't believe it. He didn't expect that his grandfather would actually expel him from the guild. But when he saw Makarov's trembling body, he understood that it was not that his grandfather wanted to expel him from the guild, but that this was what he had to do as the president. He threatened his companions' lives, let the guild members kill each other, forced the president to give up his position, and even threatened the lives of the people in the city. Although these things were easily stopped by Uchiha Zanyan and did not cause any harm, stopping is stopping, which does not mean that he did not do it. Ah, thank you for your care all the time, Grandpa, please take care of yourself. Makarov turned around and cried with tears streaming down his face, get out. Zanyan, why did you kill Laxus so quickly? Isn't this the end of the fairy tale strongest tournament in advance? Natsu said dissatisfiedly. He had been eating and drinking on the street before and was enjoying the festival. Who would have thought that Laxus would do such a thing? He learned the news from the Bucktooth brother, the guy who told him that a fire dragon appeared in the Harjan port. Although it was wrong to threaten his companions' lives, he still liked the fairy tale contest. Then, he and Bucktooth were trapped together by the spell and had a duel. Natsu looked malicious after seeing the spell requirements, and Bucktooth looked horrified. In the end, Natsu defeated Bucktooth, and then looked for Laxus and the thunder gods everywhere. When he felt the strong magic fluctuations on the Cardia Cathedral, he immediately chased after them. As a result, when he arrived, Uchiha Zanyan had already taken Laxus away. Advertisement. As Natsu had experienced teleportation before, he knew at the first time that it was Uchiha Zanyan who took Laxus away. As a result, he met Gray, and then he excitedly fought with Gray. As old rivals, the two naturally met enemies and were particularly jealous. There was no need for any communication. The two looked at each other and knew that they had to defeat each other. How dare you, UB********************* D, take the girls of the guild as hostages. Not long after, Laxus was defeated by Uchiha Zanyan. So they are also tolerant of Laxus, but this time Laxus's actions are too much, threatening the lives of guild girls. When everyone in the guild saw Laxus, the anger that had just subsided rose again. Damn, this B************* D. When everyone in the guild saw that Laxus didn't even apologize, they felt very unhappy. Natsu frowned. In his impression, Laxus would definitely fight back without hesitation. Why is he silent now? This guy, still so arrogant, what? Laxus usually doesn't bully the weak in the guild. At most, he is just arrogant and foul-mouthed. As a guild wizard, he has encountered all kinds of foul-mouthed guys. Laxus is actually very reserved. This is like working in a certain company and being scolded by the president's grandson as a waste and then the company is closed. Natsu saw Uchiha Zanyan's malicious look, and suddenly felt cold all over. This guy definitely wants to punish me severely. Uchiha Zanyan whispered to Urza. The president expelled Laxus from the guild. Okay, everyone continue to work. We are still busy preparing for the magic parade in the evening. Laxus, UB********** D. If it weren't for Uchiha Zanyan, they would still be stone statues. Advertisement. The conversation between the president and Laxus must not have escaped Uchiha Zanyan's ears. On weekdays, they can only be tolerant when Laxus says something excessive because of his identity as the grandson of the President Makarov. Urza was shocked when she heard the news. The reason for this incident is that Laxus looked down on them and thought they were not worthy of being in the fairy tale guild. What's wrong with him? Isn't this Laxus's character? Uchiha Zanyan looked at Natsu and smiled and said, if you want to fight, I can accompany you. Laxus glanced at everyone. He wanted to apologize, but he had forgotten how to apologize over the years. It was really hard to apologize to others. Natsu is sometimes silly, but it doesn't mean he is really stupid. On the contrary, his senses are still very sharp. Lucy said, Natsu, stop being unreasonable. Urza whispered to Uchiha Zanyan. Zanyan, what happened up there? Everyone in the guild also saw Laxus. UB*********** D, you look down on us. When Urza first went on a mission with Uchiha Zanyan, she saw Uchiha Zanyan's observation hockey ability on the train. Although Laxus is powerful and is an S-class wizard of the Fairy Tale Guild, they are not afraid to fight him. His fight with Gray continued, but was finally stopped by Urza. That's why such a thing happened. Guild wizards are actually hot-tempered. Finally, Laxus left the guild in silence. At this time, Laxus came out of the infirmary. Advertisement. Chapter 368 Despair. Advertisement. What's wrong, Urza? Everyone saw Urza's shocked look and thought something big had happened again. Urza waved her hand and said, it's okay, it's okay. This matter cannot be said now, otherwise Natsu will definitely make trouble with his personality. Although it is understandable that Laxus was expelled from the guild for what he did this time, he is the grandson of the president after all. The president is almost 90 years old. At such an old age, and his grandson is not around, it is a bit too cruel for the president. What a joke. Why are you the only one expelled from the guild? Aren't we also in the same party? Laxus also gathered with the Thunder Gods and explained that he had been expelled from the guild by the president and would part ways with the three people. Because of Laxus's unpleasant personality, only the three Thunder Gods in the guild followed him loyally. Even this time they were able to play with him. After all, whether they were close friends or not depended on whether they could go forward with him through thick and thin. Therefore, Laxus still cherished these three guys. Also, didn't these 550 times cause any damage at all? This time, judging from the result alone, it was just a fight among the people of Fairy Tail. Fighting was a common occurrence in Fairy Tail. The hostages were actually just to facilitate this matter. Of course, this matter was indeed a bit excessive, and so was the matter of the Shenming Palace. This is what the old man decided. If that happens, I'll quit. Me too, I don't want you to leave. Advertisement. Alpa Green and Bixlo said with some emotion. Both were severely beaten by Uchiha Zanyan, especially Bixlo, who felt that Uchiha Zanyan was going to become his psychological shadow. That guy was simply a monster, and he absolutely dared not look into Uchiha Zanyan's eyes again. What a troublesome guy, can't you say goodbye? Why should one person take all the responsibility on himself? If we also bear it together, no matter how severe the punishment is, we can stay in the guild together. No, I'm different from you, I don't have any attachment to this guild. Let's go and beg the president. Laxus was silent. He knew that his grandfather was already in pain because of this matter, and he didn't want to add trouble to his grandfather. Laxus picked up his luggage and turned to leave, waving his hand with his back to the three people. Take care. Quote. Laxus. Laxus. What a joke. What are the Thunder Gods going to do next? Damn it. At night, the magic parade was held as scheduled. Both sides of the main street of Magnolia City were filled with tourists from Magnolia and surrounding cities. The grand performance began, and the guild members performed various magic in the parade. Uchiha Zanyan also followed the local customs and performed some ninjutsu. If the people in the ninja world and the pirate world knew that the sword god Uchiha Zanyan and the emperor Uchiha Zanyan would actually perform for these ordinary people, they would be shocked. Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan naturally didn't have so many thoughts. Although he had experienced many things, he never felt that he was superior to others. After all, he was just an ordinary person. He came to Fairy Tail to learn magic on the one hand and enjoy a simple life on the other hand. He was mainly waiting for an opportunity, and this opportunity was about to come. After that, his life would become busy, so it was good to enjoy life now. At this time, in a barren land with no people, the Dark Guild Raven's tail was located here. Raven, why are you so beautiful? Is it because you are an unpopular guy? It's a pity that the good times are gone, right, Gajiel? The person who spoke was Ivan, the president of Crow Tail and Makarov's son. Gajiel said lightly, there is a monster called Uchiha Zanyan in Fairy Tail. Do you really plan to attack Fairy Tail? Of course, there are things in Fairy Tail that I must get. No one can stop me. You can continue to lurk there for a while. Listen carefully, even if you are discovered to be a spy, you must not reveal the information of my base. I won't be so embarrassed. Quote. Gajiel sneered. In this Fairy Tail brawl, he was in the Fairy Tail Guild from the beginning. He saw what Laxus did with his own eyes, but he did not participate. He knew that Laxus would definitely be stopped by Uchiha Zanyan. The strength of that man, no, the strength of that monster was simply incomparable to others. Maybe Laxus was also a powerful monster, but there was a huge difference between monsters. The fact was just as he thought. Laxus and the Thunder Gods were all solved by Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan he knew it when Yan showed up at the guild with the wounded Laxus. You know, even President Joseph, one of the 10 holy mages, was easily defeated by that monster, and the Phantom Four Elements and him were also defeated at the same time. No matter how strong Laxus is, he can't compare with President Joseph, one of the 10 holy mages, let alone the monster Shuji Dongyen. As for President Ivan's desire to attack Fairy Tail, he thinks it's simply a foolish dream. Not to mention that Fairy Tail itself has many powerful wizards, President Makarov is one of the 10 holy mages, and his strength ranks above President Joseph. With the super monster Uchiha Yan, it's simply wishful thinking for President Ivan to go to war with Fairy Tail and win. Only a real fight with Uchiha Zan, only those who have fought against him can understand how desperate the strength of that young guy makes people feel. However, he did not have any intention to remind this guy. Looking at his appearance, it would be useless even if he reminded him. It would be better to let this guy taste the taste of despair like Laxus. Advertisement. Chapter 369. Bad luck. Advertisement. Gajiel stood on the second floor and watched the guild happily having a party. He was the only one who seemed out of place. He had joined the Fairy Tail Guild for half a month, but he didn't know how to integrate into this fairy tale, which was very different from the environment he grew up in. Gajiel, aren't you going to the parade party? Gajiel looked back and saw Makarov wearing a funny clown costume. He didn't know why Makarov, as one of the 10 holy mages, was trying to attract attention like this. This really undermined the dignity of the 10 holy mages. That kind of occasion is not suitable for me. Really? The harvest festival has finally ended perfectly. Starting tomorrow, I will be busy repairing the damaged houses. Really, there is no day to rest in peace. At this time, Gajiel handed Makarov a note. President, this is from President Ivan. I found the location of your son. Makarov took it and took a look. Well done, sorry to let you do such a dangerous job. I heard that Laxus, that brat. Makarov heard that Laxus had taken action against Gajil in the guild, and he wanted to find Laxus to talk, but he couldn't see Laxus. Seeing him again has caused such a big mess. It's okay, and that's all in the past. To be honest, if there is no punishment, I would be a little uneasy. Quote. I have given Laxus the most severe punishment, don't worry. The next morning, the news that Laxus was expelled from the guild also spread throughout the Fairy Tail Guild. This surprised many people. Everyone in the guild knew that Laxus was the grandson of the president. Although they knew that the president would punish Laxus, they never expected that he would expel Laxus from the guild directly. I can't accept it, old man. Why did you expel Laxus? That guy is also our companion. Although that guy did something excessive, he is still a companion. I haven't fought with that guy yet. Advertisement. After knowing that Laxus was expelled from the guild, Natsu came to Makarov to protest. Urza scolded Natsu. Shut up. Natsu, you should also think about the president's feelings. Do you think the president is willing to expel Laxus from the guild? DZ. Natsu fell silent. Indeed, Laxus is the grandson of the old man. The old man has reached this age. Unless he has no choice, how can he be willing to expel Laxus from the guild? Gajil was also a little surprised. He didn't expect that the punishment that President Makarov mentioned was expulsion from the guild, which was undoubtedly the most severe punishment for guild members. It took about a week for the guild to completely return to normal. What is this? Lucy looked at the composition diagram in front of her in surprise. It seems to be the organizational composition diagram of the Dark Guild. Why write it again? She remembered that Mira had written a similar composition diagram last time. Because it has become active again recently, if it does not strengthen contact with other guilds, the consequences may be disastrous. Elfman asked puzzledly. What is in this extra large bracket? Juvia, I know that it is the largest force in the Dark Guild, the Balam Alliance. The Balam Alliance is composed of 3 different guilds. It is the largest force in the Dark Guild. Each of them also has a large number of directly affiliated guilds to manipulate the entire Dark World. At this time, Lucy saw a familiar guild name. Ah. Iron Forest is also here. Advertisement. Yes, it's the guild that Eligor belongs to. Lucy suddenly remembered something. That guild was so miserable, it was destroyed by Zan Yan with one blow. Is that one affiliated with the 6 demon generals? Gray saw that Iron Forest was classified under the 6 demon generals. The corpse souls annihilated by the thunder gods also belong to this category. After Laxus left, the 3 thunder gods also integrated into the guild. Originally, the 3 of them were relatively lonely people in the guild, but it was not that they had no communication with the guild. It was just because of Laxus that the 3 of them did not interact with the guild members. Now that they have been integrated into the guild again, they naturally talked about some things. Not long ago, Fairy Tail made some jokes in Magic Weekly, and the thunder gods could not bear it and directly destroyed the corpse souls. Juvia looked at Gray with a bright smile and said, Juvia and Gajil-kun annihilated several guilds under the 6 demon generals when they were still in Phantom. Gray complained. Don't talk about these things with a smile. Wow, I hope the other party doesn't get angry. Fairy Tail has eliminated so many guilds under the 6 demon generals. Lucy is worried that she will be targeted by the 6 demon generals when she goes on a mission. Others are not afraid, but she is. Actually, there is nothing to worry about. It is rumored that there are only 6 of these guys. 013507014 Falcon 192,142,140. What a small guild this is. The 2 people in the guild laughed and said, not taking the 6 demon generals seriously at all. Mira warned seriously. Only 6 people have become one of the largest forces, which shows how powerful the other party is. The 2 people who laughed at the 6 demon generals were immediately shocked. Suddenly, Makarov's voice sounded. Regarding the 6 demon generals, it has been decided that we will defeat them. Exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark. Almost everyone in the guild was shocked when they heard the news. The 6 demon generals are not an ordinary dark guild. They are one of the most powerful dark guild forces, and there are many dark guilds under their umbrella. Arusa asked. President, what is going on? At the regular meeting not long ago, the 6 demon generals started to take action as an issue to be discussed. This has become a major issue that cannot be ignored. Finally, the issue evolved into which guild should be entrusted to defeat these guys. Quote. Gray said. I drew a bad lot again, old man. Juvia was a little surprised. Let Fairy Tail complete this task. Advertisement. Chapter 370. Dragon Slaying Magic Crystal. Advertisement. Everyone in the guild was a little nervous. No, the enemy this time is too powerful. If we are the only ones to carry out the mission, the Balam Alliance will point the finger directly at us. Because of this, we finally decided to form an alliance. Alliance. The guild clock tower was shocked to hear this. Fairy Tail, Blue Pegasus, Snake Princess Scale, and Cat's Inn, the 4 guilds each selected elites to work together to defeat them. What is this? Just us alone is enough. I think I am enough. Natsu has been practicing hard during this period, and he wants to show his skills. The relationship between guilds is like that of competitors. The so-called peers are enemies. The Fairy Tail Guild and the Fairy Tail Guild are almost like this. There is indeed some cooperation between regular guilds to prevent dark guilds from attacking regular guilds. The president is considering various issues at that time. The 6 demon generals are a powerful dark guild, but Fairy Tail is not a pushover. There are many powerful wizards in the Fairy Tail Guild, and now it is the strongest wizard guild in Fury. It is not a problem to beat the 6 demon generals, but the 6 demon generals are one of the Balam alliance. If the 6 demon generals are attacked, who knows whether the other 2 dark guilds will retaliate. In addition, there are many dark guilds under the 6 demon generals guild. If these dark guilds harass and attack the members of the Fairy Tail Guild when they are doing tasks, it will be bad. It is not that such things have never happened in history. Several regular guilds were retaliated by dark guilds and eventually disappeared. Zan Yan, I have to trouble you again this time. Makarov said to Uchiha Zan Yan. This time, dealing with the 6 demon generals is a very difficult task. The safest way is to let Uchiha Zan Yan take action. Advertisement. No problem, I just want to move. Uchiha Zan Yan smiled. 6 demon generals. It seems that one of the 6 demon generals has a dragon-slaying magic crystal in his body. The dragon-slaying magic crystal is what Uchiha Zan Yan wants to find. The dragon-slaying magic crystal is almost equivalent to the devil fruit in this world. To some extent, it is even rarer than the devil fruit. If it is fully exerted, its power is no less than that of the Logia devil fruit. There is also a dragon-slaying magic crystal buried in Laxus' body. To be honest, Uchiha Zan Yan really thought about taking out Laxus' dragon-slaying magic crystal when he was fighting Laxus. Laxus is born with strong magic power. The strong magic power makes Laxus weak. The dragon-slaying magic crystal improves Laxus' physique. Now the dragon-slaying magic crystal has actually limited Laxus' own magic power to some extent. If the dragon-slaying magic crystal is removed, Laxus' strength may be stronger. It was just that it was not appropriate for him to do such a thing. After all, he had received a lot of care from Makarov and learned magic from him. He was embarrassed to steal the Dragon Slayer crystal from his grandson. He was not in a hurry for the Dragon Slayer crystal. In addition to Laxus' Dragon Slayer crystal, one of the 6 magic generals also had a Dragon Slayer crystal. In addition, there was the first of the 10 holy magic guides, the god Serena, who had 8 Dragon Slayer crystals in his body. In addition to these, there must be many around the world, because 400 years ago was the era of dragons, and there were many dragons. After the dragons died, they would leave magic crystals, which were Dragon Slayer crystals. He could look for it when he had time in the future. Now he would use a Dragon Slayer crystal to test his idea. Even if Makarov didn't say it, he would go. Urza said. I'll go too. Although she was actually relieved that Uchiha Zan Yan would do it personally, she still wanted to go and see it in person. Urza has been pestering Uchiha Zan Yan recently and has learned other breathing methods and other sword techniques from Uchiha Zan Yan. These sword techniques that have been accumulated by countless swordsmen for thousands of years have made Urza fascinated, and Urza's strength has greatly increased. Now she also wants to test her own strength. Advertisement. I want to go too. How can such a lively event be without Natsu? Quote. Lucy definitely doesn't want to take risks again. She participated in several dangerous missions out of curiosity before. Although there are Uchiha Zan Yan, Urza and Natsu, who are powerful guys this time, she doesn't want to participate in such a highly dangerous mission again. Then Zan Yan, Urza and Natsu will go. After all, this time it is a mission for the guild, and it is a very dangerous mission. The local guild has specially prepared a mission reward of 1 million J for those who participate in this mission. Although it is very small compared to the degree of danger of this mission, it is also a little thought. Lucy heard the mission reward of 1 million and her eyes lit up. Miss Fairy regretfully got the second place and didn't get the 500,000 bonus. Urza was the first place. So she worked hard on the mission a few days ago and finally collected 70,000 J of monthly rent at the end of the month. Last month's rent was finally collected, but next month's rent has not been settled yet. There is still about half a month to the end of the month, and it is almost time to be pressed by the monthly rent. Me. Lucy immediately raised her hand. I will go too. 1 million J is enough for her to pay the rent for a year, and it is more than enough. As long as she can get 1 million, she won't be forced to suffocate by the rent. And this mission has Uchiha Zan Yan. She can get 1 million just by refueling. How can she miss such a good thing? Natsu said doubtfully. What are you going to do? I am a member of Fairy Tail, so I have to contribute. Besides, haven't we always been together? You all went, so I can't fall behind. Happy complained. You just said you would never go, you are just for the 1 million J. Happy bluntly said Lucy's little thoughts. Lucy bared her teeth at Happy. What do you care? Makarov made the decision. Then Zan Yan, Urza, Natsu, Lucy and Happy will go together. Advertisement. Chapter 371 Unhappy. Advertisement. I still feel scared when I get there. Lucy said tremblingly while sitting in the carriage. After Makarov made the decision, several people set out for the gathering place together the next day. Now it is the last leg of the journey. Natsu is sleeping in the carriage. This is Natsu's initiative. The means of transportation is too uncomfortable for him. It is more comfortable to sleep until the destination. Happy complained. Aren't you still doing it for 1 million? Lucy argued. 1 million is 1 million, fear is fear. Arusa smiled and said, don't worry, I won't let others hurt my companions. This time, there are not only our Fairy Tail but also 3 other guilds. Wow, we have to act together with wizards from other guilds. I really don't know what people from other guilds are like. In addition to fear, Lucy is now a little socially anxious. We'll see it when we get there. Although this is the first time we're fighting together with other guilds, the most important thing is to work closely with the same guild. I see, the gathering place. Happy leaned over the carriage window and saw the gathering villa. This is a villa full of love patterns. It's okay to have a little love element, but if it's full of this element, it will make people feel that this person has a strange personality. What a tasteless place. This is the villa of the Blue Pegasus President Bob. At this time, a spotlight hit the front. Everyone from Fairy Tail, we've been waiting for a long time. We are the treemen selected by the Blue Pegasus. 100 Knights of Hibiki. Evie of the Holy Knight. Lotus of the Sky Knight. 3 handsome guys appeared in front, each of them looked like a gigolo in a nightclub instead of a wizard. Advertisement. Quote exclamation mark quote dot. Lucy looked back at Uchiha Zanyan again. Well, it seems that my side is better. Uchiha Zanyan's handsomeness is definitely the best, but in Lucy's impression, it's all about Uchiha Zanyan's monster-like strength. In front of Uchiha Zanyan's powerful strength, she rarely even noticed that Uchiha Zanyan's appearance and strength were equally heaven-defying. So handsome. The 3 Aoki Pegasus were originally prepared to see Urza's warm reception. After all, Urza was the famous fairy queen, but after seeing Uchiha Zanyan, they couldn't help but sigh at Uchiha Zanyan's handsomeness. Uchiha Zanyan's current outfit is very simple, with a white stand-up collar short-sleeved top and simple trousers on the bottom, and a sun-wheel sword on the waist. Simple. Handsome. No need for any gorgeous decorations, just standing there gives people a feeling of a handsome man who is as beautiful as pressure. The Iron Forest incident was terrifying because the Iron Forest was premeditated, but it was said that it was stopped by the wizards of Fairy Tail, so many people didn't know Uchiha Zanyan at that time. Yi also recognized Uchiha Zanyan. As the host, Aoki Pegasus has obtained the information of all the people who participated in this joint operation. Lucy also saw the person clearly, a short, greasy and ugly man, and suddenly lost interest. This is a sweet voice. Of course, in addition to Uchiha Zanyan's appearance, they were more concerned about Uchiha Zanyan's strength. But such a powerful wizard fell into the hands of an unknown rookie wizard of the Fairy Tail Guild. The Blue Pegasus trio said respectfully, "I miss you so much, my sweetheart, I am only serving you for one night." The Blue Pegasus people were immediately hit hard. So it's the girlfriend of One Night Master. This is really rude. 317 inches. It was only after the battle between the Phantom Ruler and Fairy Tail that they knew Uchiha Zanyan. Yan. Aluza, do you already have a boyfriend? The 3 Blue Pegasus were also handsome guys, but in front of Uchiha Zanyan's handsomeness, they all felt that they were a bit too cliché and ashamed. Advertisement. As a relatively powerful guild in the Kingdom of Fury, they are more aware of the strength of the Phantom Ruler Guild. They had heard that Fairy Tail's Uchiha Zanyan was a super handsome guy before, but they never thought he would be so handsome. Lucy felt goosebumps all over her body when she heard this voice. Rumor has it that Uchiha Zanyan destroyed the Phantom Ruler Guild alone. What? Such a sweet voice. Aluza nodded, took Uchiha Zanyan's arm intimately and said, "Yes. Uchiha Zanyan is my boyfriend." Single quote. My sweetheart. After all, anyone who can defeat the 10 holy mages is famous. Especially the guild leader of the Phantom Ruler Guild, Joseph Zala, the leader of the 10 holy mages, and the only one who is also the 10 holy mages is the guild leader of the Fairy Tail Guild, Makarov. What? Happy said. Arusa is very popular in the Wizards Guild. Welcome. Long time no see, Urza. One Night Master. How could it be? Lucy and Happy were all dumbfounded. Someone dared to call Urza my sweetheart. Who is Urza? She is the fairy queen, a woman that almost everyone in the guild is afraid of. Is someone looking for death by calling Urza like this? Urza couldn't help but feel cold. One night. Could it be that you participated in? Lucy complained. Is it necessary to be so shocked? Aluza immediately said. I firmly deny it. The Blue Pegasus people were a little bit unbelievable when they heard the news. The fairy queen actually has a boyfriend. This is really bad news. In the Fairy Tail Guild, there should be no one else who is more handsome and friendly than himself except the legendary Uchiha Zian. At this time, Uchiha Zanyan's voice sounded faintly. Aluza is my girlfriend, please don't call other people's girlfriends sweethearts next time, otherwise, I will be unhappy. You are, Uchiha Zanyan. Advertisement. Chapter 372 Wendy. Advertisement. Squeak. The door was opened, and 3 figures appeared at the door. We are the wizards sent by the Snake Princess Scale to participate in this operation. Huh, it's you. Lucy and Happy immediately recognized 2 of them. They had seen them before. They were Gray's senior brother Leon and the girl named Shirley on Karna Island. Arusa asked. Is it someone I know? Lucy nodded and said. I guess so. When Happy stole the S-level mission, I met him on Karna Island. Before Lucy finished her words, she felt the atmosphere changed. Urza was on a mission, and when she returned to Fairy Tail after completing the mission, she heard that Natsu and Lucy had secretly done an S-level mission. If it weren't for the fact that the Phantom Lord attacked Fairy Tail and made too much of a fuss, and completely covered up the fact that Natsu and Lucy were secretly doing the mission, Urza would definitely teach Natsu and Lucy a lesson. Now that Lucy mentioned this again, Urza wanted to teach these 2 daring guys a lesson again. Shirley and Leon also noticed Lucy and Uchiha Zanyan. Lucy was fine, no impression, but Uchiha Zanyan made a deep impression on both of them. When they saw Uchiha Zanyan, they couldn't help but put on a posture as if they were facing a great enemy. Soon the two of them also reacted. Now they were no longer hostile, but just now it was just physical instinct. Habi asked, "Have you also joined the Wizard Guild?" Shirley said, "We were originally wizards of a regular guild, and now we are just returning to the guild. By the way, we also invite Leon to join our Snake Princess Scale Guild." A burly man said, "Hello. We are sent by the Snake Princess Scale to participate in this fight to defeat the 6 demon generals." Mr. Jura, Leon and Shirley couldn't help showing admiration on their faces when they saw this man. Advertisement. Jura, quote. The trump card of the Snake Princess Scale, is it ironclad? Lucy was shocked. How long has she joined Fairy Tail? She seems to have come into contact with 4 of the 10 holy mages. Child, Jura said calmly. In this way, all the guilds are here. Habib came to Lucy and said, "Hey, Lucy, help me send my finished fish to the girl over there." Jura glanced at everyone in the hall. Now that the 3 guilds are all here, the only ones left are the guys from the Cat Bliss Inn. Yiya said, "Guys, I heard there's only one person. One person. Only one person is sent for such a dangerous operation. Wait a minute. What kind of scary guy will come?" Shirley and Lucy were very shocked to hear this. The 6 demon generals are one of the strongest dark guilds. Only one person was sent for this operation. The two of them couldn't help but be surprised. At this time, a footstep sounded. A little girl ran over and accidentally fell. Just as she was about to fall to the ground, a hand appeared and supported the little girl who was about to fall. It was Uchiha Zanyan. "Thank you. Thank you." The little girl hurriedly bowed her head to thank Uchiha Zanyan. "You're welcome." Quote. That. I'm sorry, I'm late. I'm Wendy from the Cat Inn. Please take care of me. Female. Sha Lulu was furious when she saw Sha Lulu's useless appearance. You are looked down upon because you were so weak. Happy explained. He is one of the 10 holy mages. Uchiha Zanyan had heard the little girl's voice a long time ago. When he saw the little girl, he recognized her as Wendy, the mascot of Fairy Tail. Of course, it's hard for me to feel at ease if you're alone. She has only joined Fairy Tail for half a year, but she has seen so many big shots. And the other cat looked very cute. Better than expected, this woman. Sha Lulu looked away proudly, obviously not wanting to pay attention to Habib. When the little girl said that she was a wizard from the Cat Inn, they were all shocked. For such a dangerous mission, the Cat Inn sent not only a tired person, but also a little girl. Isn't this a bit too outrageous? Advertisement. Lucy said, "You can't create opportunities without yourself." Quote. However, she has not yet joined Fairy Tail. More than one person, a big sister with heavy makeup. Shirley looked suspicious. For such a large-scale crusade, they actually sent such a little girl. What is the Cat Inn planning? Lucy was confused. How come these people seem to know this man? When Habib saw Sha Lulu for the first time, his eyes immediately lit up with love. It was the first time he saw a little female cat that could talk like him. Yi jumped out and said, "Okay. It seems that everyone is here, so let me explain the battle plan to you." Quote. Fairy Tail President Makarov, Phantom Ruler Guild President Joseph Zala, Tower of Paradise's Jelal, and now this man named Jura. But Lucy calmed down when she saw Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan was a monster who defeated even the 10 holy mages. When Habib saw Sha Lulu looking at him, he immediately felt shy. "Well, I don't care about fighting, but I will try my best to help you use various auxiliary magic, so please don't exclude me." The 10 holy mages are the 10 most powerful mages selected by the Magic Council in the entire Ishgar continent, and she is almost meeting half of them. "Sha Lulu, you're here too." A white kitten that looked very similar to a harpy came over and said, judging from the breed alone, it was obviously the same race as the harpy. "Cat, 10 holy mages." Urza smiled and said, "Sorry, although it's a little surprising, but we don't have that plan, so I'll leave it to you, Wendy." Who is it? Wow, it's Miss Urza herself, Sha Lulu. Advertisement. Chapter 373, Combat. Advertisement. But before that, let me go to the toilet and smell the fragrance. Yoruichi ran to the toilet. Lucy couldn't help but complain. "Hey, don't use the word fragrance for places like that. Natsu, wake up." Lucy saw Natsu still sleeping soundly under the pillar, and couldn't help but slap his face to wake him up. Natsu opened his eyes in a daze. "Lucy, why are you in my house?" Bang. "Your house, you head, we are here, and all the guild members are here." What? Natsu then remembered that he was going to participate in the elimination of the coalition of the 6 demon generals. Looking up, he found several strangers' faces, including a few familiar ones. They also joined the guild. Natsu noticed that Leon and Shirley were also startled. They are now wizards of the Snake Princess Scale Wizard Guild. Quote. Then Natsu saw that the harpy that usually surrounded him was paying attention to a little white cat. The way the little white cat spoke was exactly the same as the harpy. "Cat." Natsu looked incredulous. "Don't be so surprised. Don't you still have a harpy? Is it necessary to be so surprised?" At this time, Yi also came out of the bathroom. "Sorry, Everyone has been waiting for a long time. The smell of the toilet is so delicious. Now let's continue to talk about the battle plan. If you go north from here, you will see the vast sea of trees of Weiss. In the depths of the sea of trees, there is a powerful magic sealed by the ancients, which is called Nirvana. Advertisement. Nirvana. I haven't heard of this kind of magic. Have you heard of it, Mr. Jura? No, I don't know either. Several people from the Blue Pegasus explained. We don't know what kind of magic it is, but we know that it is a destructive magic that is enough for the ancients to seal it. Quote. The purpose of the 6 demon generals gathering in the forest must be to get Nirvana. Our goal is to prevent this magic from reappearing and eliminate the 6 demon generals. There are 12 people here and 6 enemies, but we can't let our guard down for this reason. These 6 people are incomparably powerful. Quote. Uchiha Zan Yan's mouth twitched. Incomparably powerful. In the Ishgar continent, the 10 holy mages are at the level of Shichibukai. The old man's strength is above Shichibukai and below 4 emperors. The level of the 12 holy shields is about the same as that of Admiral, and Admiral is actually just a pretty good player in Uchiha Zan Yan's eyes. Incomparably powerful. Uchiha Zan Yan is not sure which guy can be called incomparably powerful. Maybe there is, but he has not met him yet. Shang used the ancient book magic to materialize the information board, and a total of 6 people appeared. Lion Majesty Mage Cobra. From the name, he is the user of Speed Magic Lisa, the Sky Eye Heat Eye, the woman who peeks into the Mind Angel. There is not much information about this man. He is called Dark Knight, and there is their commander Brian. Quote. Each of them has the magic power to destroy a guild by himself, so we have to take advantage of our advantage in numbers. Single quote. Lucy raised her hand and said, well, I hope you don't include me in the combat force. She just came here to collect rent. If it doesn't work, she can take less. Wendy also said, I don't want to delete the battle either. Wendy, you can't be so weak. Sha Lulu taught Wendy dissatisfiedly. Please rest assured, our combat purpose is not just to fight them, but to find their base is enough. Base. Although we can't determine their location now, based on their actions, we speculate that they will set up a temporary base in the Sea of Trees. If possible, I hope to gather them all in that base. Advertisement. Leon frowned and asked, how? Natsu shouted excitedly. Of course, beat them up. In the end, we still have to fight with them. What should we do after gathering them? Yi pointed to the sky and said, in the end, use Pegasus, the pride of our guild, and Christina to bury them in the entire base together. Hey, Magic Blaster. Several people were shocked when they heard this. The main gun of the Magic Blaster is the same as the Magic Cluster gun of the Ghost Ruler Guild. In addition, a large number of weapons are installed on the Magic Blaster. The Magic Blaster can fly in the air and is an extremely powerful war weapon. This also makes the Blue Pegasus very famous in the Magic Guild world. The price of the Magic Blaster is quite expensive, and only the Blue Pegasus can afford it. Is it necessary to do this to human opponents? Lucy's sweat dropped. That thing is a weapon used only in war. Jura said solemnly. This shows how powerful they are. Listen carefully. Even if you encounter a battle, never face them alone. Even if the opponent is only one person, there must be more than 2 people on this side to act. Very good. It really makes my blood boil. Gather 6 people and watch me wait for them to defeat them together. Natsu rushed out excitedly, as if he didn't hear the content of the battle at all. Aluza said. There is no other way. Let's go too. Wait a moment. Uchiha Zan Yan said. Quote. Several people were a little curious when they heard this, and didn't know what Uchiha Zan Yan was going to do. Uchiha Zan Yan walked up to Yi and said with a slightly raised mouth, do I kill you or do you confess honestly? What are you going to do? The Blue Pegasus trio immediately prepared to attack after hearing Uchiha Zan Yan's words. Although they had heard of Uchiha Zan Yan's name, they would not sit idly by and watch Uchiha Zan Yan attack Mr. Yi. Yi was also frightened and retreated slightly. Uchiha Zan Yan's name was not only in the human world, but also in the Star Spirit world. He was notorious. He was a monster that invaded the Star Spirit world and was defeated by the Star Spirit King. Advertisement. Chapter 374 Appearance. Advertisement. The atmosphere at the scene suddenly became tense. Urza said. Wait a minute, don't be impulsive. Ah wow. Wendy thought the coalition forces were going to fight and was immediately frightened. What is going on? Jura was also a little confused at this time. Leon and Shirley were also very puzzled. Did Fairy Tail and Blue Pegasus have a conflict before they came? Zan Yan. What is this? Nothing. Just someone from the 6 demon generals sneaked into our group. Lucy said in surprise. You mean Yi is from the 6 demon generals? Impossible. Mr. Yi is the trump card of our Blue Pegasus. How could he be from the 6 demon generals? Don't talk nonsense. I think you just want to take revenge on Mr. Yi. Yi waved his hand and said, I'm not from the 6 demon generals. The other people also looked at Uchiha Zan Yan, wanting to hear Uchiha Zan Yan's explanation. Uchiha Zan Yan smiled and said, is that so? Then I admit my mistake. Let's go, let's leave. Uchiha Zan Yan turned around and walked out. Uchiha Zan Yan's attitude made many people feel puzzled. Aluza knew what kind of personality Uchiha Zan Yan had, and Uchiha Zan Yan would definitely not let him go for no reason. Hurry up and chased after him, and Lucy followed immediately. Zan Yan, what's going on? What's wrong with one night? The previous one night was one night, and the one night after coming out of the toilet was a fake one. What? Alusa and Lucis' faces changed when they heard this. Wouldn't the other party know all the battle plans in this case? Advertisement. Yes. Alusa immediately said. No. We have to tell them. Uchiha Zanyan grabbed Urza's arm. I just told them, they just didn't listen, and the consequences are none of our business. And there's no need. Since we've already alarmed the enemy, we might as well take advantage of the situation. If the enemy knows about us, they will definitely not remain indifferent. We can just get rid of them when they come to us. The three members of Snake Princess Scale saw Uchiha Zanyan leave, and they also started to set off. Leon said. Mr. Jura, let's stay away from the Blue Pegasus. What's wrong, Leon? Do you also think that there is something wrong with the Blue Pegasus? Jura frowned. He didn't expect that there would be conflicts within the team just after the cooperation. This is not a good thing. Leon shook his head and said. No, I didn't notice anything, but Uchiha Zanyan should not be the kind of person who shoots without reason. He saw with his own eyes how powerful Uchiha Zanyan was on Karna Island. With such a powerful force, the other party didn't need to deceive others at all. Shirley also echoed. Yes, Mr. Jura, he is Uchiha Zanyan. That guy is as powerful as a monster. I didn't expect Fairy Tail to send him out. Uchiha Zanyan. The Uchiha Zanyan who defeated Joseph Zala. Jura's face changed when he heard Shirley's words. He thought Uchiha Zanyan was a terrible guy. After all, someone who could defeat Mr. Joseph Zala must be amazing. But he never expected that Uchiha Zanyan was such a young man. He thought that Uchiha Zanyan was at least 30 years old. So Uchiha Zanyan was in front of him, and he didn't think that this boy was actually Uchiha Zanyan. Since it's him, it's better to be cautious. If it was an ordinary wizard, he wouldn't care too much, but the other party was Uchiha Zanyan, the strong man who could defeat even the 10 holy wizards. Such a person must have discovered something when he spoke. I thought Uchiha Zanyan was such a great guy, but I didn't expect that he actually said that Mr. Yi was the 6 demon generals. Yes, it's ridiculous. Is it because Mr. Yi is Miss Urza's ex-boyfriend? Yi said generously. Don't care about those. Young people are overwhelmed by love and may do anything. As a mature elder, you should tolerate them with love. It's really worthy of Mr. Yi. The Blue Pegasus trio was immediately moved. Seeking flowers 0. Mr. Yi, let's go too. We must not lose to Fairy Tail this time. Well, good. Advertisement. A few people from Blue Pegasus also set off together. 013507014 Falcon 192,152,100. In a blink of an eye, only Wendy, Shalulu and Happy were left in the villa. What are you still thinking about? Let's go too, Wendy. However, we have to pay attention to what that person said. Shalulu pulled Wendy out. Happy said, Uchiha Zanyan will not say anything nonsense. There must be something wrong with the man named Yiya. Shalulu asked curiously, why are you so sure? Is it because you are from the same guild? No, Uchiha Zanyan's eyes can see through illusions. Nothing can deceive Uchiha Zanyan's eyes. Oh. In front, Natsu, who rushed out early, came to the periphery of the sea of trees. I see it. It's the sea of trees. Natsu looked back and found that the people behind him didn't catch up. Haha, now I'll kill all those guys. At this time, a black shadow appeared, and Natsu couldn't help but stop. He looked up and saw a huge Pegasus-shaped spaceship appearing in the air. Oh. Magic explosion boat Christina. Awesome. That's the legendary Pegasus. When Natsu stopped, the people behind him also caught up and saw the magic explosion boat in the air. Suddenly, boom, the magic explosion boat in the sky suddenly exploded. It crashed. How could this happen? In a blink of an eye, the magic explosion boat crashed in front of the sea of trees. Everyone couldn't help but stare in disbelief. What happened? Why did the magic explosion boat crash? At this time, Leon saw several figures in the smoke and immediately shouted, someone came out. Soon, 6 people came out from the smoke of the explosion. They looked exactly like what they had seen on the intelligence board just now. The target they wanted to attack was the 6 demon generals. Advertisement. Chapter 375 Battle. Advertisement. 6 demon generals. Many people in the coalition suddenly changed their faces when they saw these people. They didn't expect that the target they wanted to attack would appear right in front of them. Previously, they wanted to gather a few people together and use the magic bomber Christina to destroy these people together, but before they could destroy the other party had already destroyed the magic bomber. Maggots, gather together. Angel, the only female among the 6 demon generals, said, I see through all your thoughts. Then, wow. A few screams sounded, and the Blue Pegasus trio fell to the ground, looking at Yi in disbelief. 1. Mr. Yi. It turned out that Mr. Yi, who they trusted the most, attacked them. 700. Yi suddenly attacked the 3 Blue Pegasus. Everyone immediately looked at Yi with vigilance. Yi, what are you doing? Are you really one of the 6 demon generals? Bang. Yi's body changed, and in the blink of an eye it turned into 2 little people. What? Not Yi. Angel laughed. It's my star spirit, Gemini's Gemini. Where's Mr. Yi? We've killed him. That guy's mind is full of dirty things. Advertisement. What a draft adult. Angel said. Okay, don't complain. The two little people immediately ran to Angel's feet and said, how terrible. How terrible. We were just discovered. But the three idiots of the Blue Pegasus didn't believe it at all, they were so stupid. Beep. The two little people of Gemini returned to Angel and said. The Blue Pegasus trio turned pale when they heard this, and the three idiots Gemini was talking about were them. Discovered. It doesn't matter. Anyway, all the Blue Pegasus guys have been killed. Now there are only 3 other guilds left. Lucy suddenly felt a little scared at this time. She didn't expect that the other party would see through the coalition plan just like that. How did they find out? Cobra raised his mouth and grinned. Are you starting to waver? I heard it. Lisa also said. The work must be completed as soon as possible. Speaking of which, you are too much of a hindrance. Hitei said. Money can make people strong. Let me tell you a truth, money is everything. Urza said calmly. I didn't expect you to show up on your own initiative, but this just saves the trouble of looking for you. Natsu rushed up quickly. Brian also gave the order. Do it. Lisa immediately rushed up and appeared behind Natsu in an instant, and then kicked Natsu to the ground with a roundhouse kick. Natsu. Lucy saw Natsu being kicked away and immediately became a little worried. But when she turned around, she saw a person who looked exactly like her next to her. Idiot. The other Lucy whipped Lucy with a whip. What's going on? Shirley. Let's go too. Yes, Leon and Shirley were also ready to take action. Even if there is no love, as long as there is money, it's fine. Hot Eye pointed his finger, and the ground began to flow, and Leon and Shirley's bodies also sank. At this time, 2 pillars suddenly emerged from the flowing ground and hit Hot Eye directly. Hot Eye pointed his finger at the pillar, and the hard pillar suddenly turned into flowing water and spread out. 013507014 Fulu 192,152,190. No attack can escape my eyes, so I also see your attack. After all, you are one of the famous 10 holy magicians. Hot Eye smiled at Jura. Jura was their key target this time. Natsu got up from the ground and looked up to see one of the 6 demon generals sleeping soundly. He was immediately confused because they were fighting now. Why are you sleeping? You Get up. Natsu spit out flames at Anyi, and the flames passed by Anyi without hurting an Yoruichi. Advertisement. Stop. Waking up the dark night is terrifying. Liza appeared behind Natsu and punched him away. Aluza was also ready to take action. Aluza was not polite this time and used the swordsmanship of breathing method. Change clothes Flame Emperor armor. Aluza changed into the Flame Emperor armor and held a flaming long sword in her hand. The Flame Emperor armor was originally used to improve the resistance to fire, and the weapon was a flaming long sword. Aluza recently went to reorder, turning the weapon into a flaming long sword, and focusing on improving the fire attack ability. It must be admitted that Urza is a woman who is extremely keen on fighting. The attributes of the breathing method allowed her to make some changes to the armor, so that she can better adapt to the breathing method. Flame breathing 1 type Shiranui. Aluza shouted softly, and her body quickly rushed to the cobra, and the flaming long sword slashed at the cobra's neck. The cobra quickly retreated, bending down to avoid Urza's attack. I heard it. Liza appeared above Urza at this time, ready to attack Urza. Breathing of flame type 2 rising flame. Urza swung her long sword from bottom to top, and Liza's face changed when she saw it, and her body quickly dodged, avoiding Urza's long sword by a hair's breadth. Liza was immediately frightened and broke into a cold sweat, not expecting this 1.9 woman to react so quickly. Cobra controlled the big snake on her body to bite Urza, and Urza swung the sword at her without any courtesy. Breathing of flame type 3 air flame all-seeing. The terrifying flame blade hit the big snake, and Cobra also sensed the danger and immediately controlled the big snake to return. Oh, is this Urza Shukuleto? The leader Brian was surprised to see that Liza and Cobra were also beaten by Urza to avoid the battle. I saw it. Quote. Heaven Eyes Hotai immediately took action, and the ground beneath Urza's feet began to move, causing Urza to lose her footing immediately. Cobra and Lisa also took the opportunity to attack. Change clothes Poseidon armor. Water breathing land form twist Uzumaki. Advertisement. Chapter 376 Caution is useless. Advertisement. Urza quickly changed her clothes and twisted herself, generating a powerful water flow Uzumaki, which cut everything around. Cobra and Lisa were also forced back. Water breathing 3 types flowing dance. Urza not only defended this time, but also attacked the 3 people. Her body moved at high speed like flowing water. Because of the rapid movement, she left several afterimages wherever she passed. What a fast speed. Lisa was surprised to see Urza's speed. She didn't expect Urza's speed to be so fast. And Urza's move also forced Cobra, Lisa, and Hoda to retreat. As expected of Urza, super powerful, Lucy couldn't help but exclaimed when she saw Urza fighting 1 against 3. The other people were also very surprised when they saw Urza fighting against 3 of the 6 demon generals without losing at all. These are the 6 demon generals, each of whom has the magic power to destroy a guild. Amazing. Natsu was also stunned by Urza's performance. Urza's strength had obviously improved a lot compared to before. The same was true for Leon and Shirley. After Leon joined the guild, he also heard about the rumors about the Fairy Queen. He didn't expect that this woman 14 was even more powerful than the rumors. Is this the Fairy Queen? Jura couldn't help but admire Urza's performance. Urza was so young and had such strong strength. Her future was limitless. We can't lose either. Ice make big eagle. Leon released a large number of ice eagles to fly towards Hidai. Hidai raised his hand to move the soil to form a wall of earth to block himself. Leon controlled the ice eagles to avoid the wall of earth, and Hidai controlled the wall of earth to move and block all the ice eagles. I said, I saw it. Damn it. Puppet magic stone puppet. Shirley controlled the surrounding stones to form a huge rock puppet. Advertisement. I said, I saw it. Quote. Hitei raised his hand and pointed, and Shirley's stone doll melted like a pool of water. What? Shirley was surprised. She didn't expect her magic to disappear. When Hitei was about to attack Leon and Shirley, Jura took action. Although this was a collective action, they still had to show the strength of their own guild. Rock iron pillar. Stone pillars suddenly rose from the ground and hit all the 6 demon generals. The 6 demon generals quickly dodged, and Hitei raised his hand to melt the stone pillars. Ha! Jura pointed again, and the ground broke into pieces and bombarded the 6 demon generals. Hitei! Brian shouted. Liquid earth. Hitei also used his magic to melt a lot of pieces. Brian said. I see. I'm a little surprised. It seems that the title of Saint 10 is not in vain. Quote. The 10 holy mages are 10 mages from the Ishgar continent chosen by the Magic Council without authorization, excluding the Dark Guild. So in the eyes of many Dark Guild mages, some of the 10 holy mages are just in name only. Of course, no one dares to underestimate the old-fashioned 10 holy mages like Makarov. So strong. This uncle is so strong. Several people in the coalition were also very surprised. Although they heard that the 10 holy mages were very powerful, the strength shown by Jura still surprised several people. It seems that the guys in the coalition from the regular guilds this time are not all rubbish. Quote. Go. Eliminate all the light guys. The leader Brian gave the order. Although he didn't want to fight at this critical moment, the regular guild sent out guys as powerful as Urza and Jura. It would be impossible to find Nirvana without getting rid of these people. Brian raised his magic wand high. Eternal Dark Rondo. A large number of dark ghosts attacked the coalition forces. Advertisement. Rock iron wall. Several steel-like rock walls rose from the ground to resist Brian's attack. 013507014 Falu 192,152,340. Brian's mouth curled up slightly, revealing a smile. Liquid earth. At this time, Hidai quickly softened the rock wall. Oh no. Boom 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 boom. Ah, all of them changed their expressions. Lisa took the opportunity to attack Leon and Shirley. Leon and Shirley were kicked away by Lisa. Urza saw the people of Snake Scale being attacked, and wanted to go to support them. Although the two sides were not very familiar with each other, they were all regular guild coalition forces, and they still had to help the other party when they were in trouble. However, just as Urza was about to help, Lucy screamed, and a person who looked exactly like Lucy was chasing Lucy and beating her. Just when Urza wanted to go over to help, a figure appeared beside Lucy. Lucy, who was chasing Lucy, was suddenly startled. Before the fake Lucy could react, a lightning spear pierced through the forehead of this Lucy, and this Lucy disappeared. Although Lucy was rescued, she was still shocked to see the forehead of a guy who looked exactly like her was pierced, which made her own forehead itchy. Brian frowned, and that guy really took action. Fairy Tale Uchiha Zanyan. The most popular figure in the magic world now, his greatest achievement is defeating Joseph Zala, the president of the Ghost Ruler Guild, who is one of the 10 holy magicians. Although this is a rumor, not many people have seen it except the members of the Fairy Tale Guild, but according to the information they got from the Magic Council, the credibility of this rumor is still very high. So from the beginning, Brian and others focused their attention on Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan didn't think so much, just now he just looked at the strength of the 6 demon generals. The 6 demon generals are not bad, but in terms of strength alone, they are still weaker than Shichibukai. Brian warned with a serious face, be careful. That man is going to take action. Uchiha Zanyan smiled slightly and said, no need. When the gap in strength is too big, it's useless to be careful, just like this. Advertisement. Chapter 377 Magical Attainments. Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan suddenly appeared in front of Hitei. Hitei's face changed. This guy actually avoided his sky eye. He could see through everything. But he didn't have time to be shocked. He was about to take action immediately. Uchiha Zanyan raised his hand and grabbed Hitei's fingers, then gently pinched them. Crack. Whoa. Although your attack can't cause any harm to me, I don't like others kicking my chest. Uchiha Zanyan said, and hit Lisa hard on Hitei with his backhand. Bang. Whoa. If the admiral-level combat power plays for a while and is in a bad mood, then the battle may end in the next second. He couldn't say that he was in a good or bad mood now, but he was a little eager to try out the feeling of magic, so it was bad luck for the 6 demon generals to run into a smackdown. Lisa and Hidai both lost their combat power at the same time. Yen used no magic, but simply threw Lisa onto Hidai, and the two were killed. The Blue Pegasus trio didn't even see clearly. They were just attacked by Angel disguised as a night spirit. Now they suddenly regretted knowing what was going on. As a result, now that the 6 demon generals came, they couldn't help at all. The Blue Pegasus was completely wiped out, which was a big loss for the Blue Pegasus. Dark Knight. Wake up. Brian immediately woke up Dark Knight. 2 of the 6 demon generals had been killed, and the combat power had been lost by 1/3. No more losses could be caused. Dark Knight also woke up. Although he was sleeping, he could receive information from the outside world. So strong. Jura was also shocked to see Uchiha Zanyan easily kill 2 powerful 6 demon generals. Advertisement. Leon and Shirley had seen Uchiha Zanyan's strength, but seeing Uchiha Zanyan was still a little shocked that he had killed 2 of the 6 demon generals who had just toyed with them so easily. Open. The gate of the crab. Scorpion. Angel summoned the Scorpio Star Spirit. Scorpio Star Spirit. She is also a Star Spirit mage. Lucy was shocked to see Angel using Star Spirit magic. Kill him. Scorpion. The Scorpio Star Spirit lay on the ground with its tail raised. Uchiha Zanyan glanced at it, and the Scorpio Star Spirit was controlled by Uchiha Zanyan's Sharingan. Sandstorm. Boom. The sandstorm hit Angel. Ah! Angel screamed and was blown away by the sandstorm. Being hit by magic at such a close distance without any defense, Angel also fainted when he fell to the ground. Lucy was also shocked when she saw this scene. She was also a star wizard. How terrible it would be if Uchiha Zanyan glanced at her star and started to attack her. However, if you think about it carefully, why does Uchiha Zanyan want to control the star? Wouldn't it be easier to control himself? Woo. Brian covered his head, and another line on his face disappeared. Quick, kill him. Brian didn't dare to let Uchiha Zanyan continue. If 3 more seals disappeared, he might disappear from this world forever. This man must be killed. Open hollow corner bracket venomous dragon's fang close hollow corner bracket. The cobra immediately launched an attack, and the giant snake mouth formed by the poisonous mist rushed towards Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan punched this season casually. Dark Knight couldn't help licking his tongue. This is a big shark. Space distortion. Dark Knight distorted the space of the clothes on Uchiha Zanyan's body, binding Uchiha Zanyan's body. Advertisement. Good job, Dark Knight. Brian couldn't help but shout, good job, when he saw Uchiha Zanyan being bound by Dark Knight. Eternal Dark Fantasy. Brian shot out a spiral magic shock wave from his hand. Don't even think about it. Jura flicked his finger, and a cube-shaped rock pillar formed on the ground to block Uchiha Zanyan. Boom boom. The rock pillar was penetrated by magic. It's useless. Ever Dark Fantasy is a magic with penetration. This kind of rock can easily penetrate paper. Jura was not panicked at all. Hey. Pointing his finger downward, the rock pillar quickly bent and changed the direction of the penetrating magic. Awesome. Others were all shocked when they saw Jura's move. This was no longer magic, but a skill. Being able to cast magic so freely definitely required extremely high magic attainments. Urza exclaimed. This is the strength of the 10 holy mages. Although the Magic Council is a bit unreliable, the 10 holy mages selected are definitely not randomly selected, and their strength is definitely outstanding. Even Uchiha Zanyan was surprised. After learning magic for this period of time, except that he himself has no magic power, he is no longer a magic novice. The magic attainments displayed by Jura are definitely very high. Advertisement. Chapter 378. Becoming a Wizard. Advertisement. Seeing that Brian's attack failed, Cobra immediately launched an attack. Take a deep breath, and his lungs swell up high. That posture. Happy, Lucy, and Natsu were stunned when they saw Cobra's posture. That posture looked too familiar. Roar of the Poison Dragon. A violent black and red poisonous fog storm rushed to the location of Uchiha Zanyan. Now several people could no longer care about others. Uchiha Zanyan gave them a feeling that it was too dangerous. Dragon Slayer. Sure enough, they guessed correctly, the other party was actually a Dragon Slayer. Dragon Slayer magic is lost magic. Many lost magics are very powerful, but relatively speaking, there are also considerable side effects, which makes these powerful magics become lost magic. Natsu didn't expect that there were people who could use Dragon Slayer magic besides himself and Gajiel. Breathing of Flame Type 5 Flame Tiger. Aluza rushed out quickly, and a blazing flame burst out from the blade, forming a fierce tiger, and slammed into the roar of Cobra. Boom. The two powerful forces collided together, and a violent explosion suddenly broke out. What? Cobra couldn't believe that his roar was destroyed and offset by Urza 313. Aluza's swordsmanship. It's completely different from before. Happy and Natsu were very surprised. Although Urza showed this swordsmanship in the Tower of Paradise, no one around saw it at that time. This is the first time they have seen Urza use breathing swordsmanship, and this swordsmanship feels so strong. Urza saw Uchiha Zanyan was tied up and couldn't help but asked worriedly, Zanyan, what's wrong? Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan smiled and said, it's okay, the space on the clothes is distorted. If I break free, my clothes will definitely be torn. It's not good to explode in front of so many people. Everyone was speechless. Just because of this, you are standing there waiting to be attacked by the enemy. Jura said, Uchiha Zanyan has killed 3 of the 6 demon generals. Let us solve the rest. Don't bother, let me solve it. Uchiha Zanyan's eyes fell on Dark Knight. This made him very unbelievable. He was a dragon-slaying magician, but he was not as powerful as the other party. How is this possible? Uchiha Zanyan looked at the crystal-clear purple magic crystal in his hand. Woo, ah, the powerful magic power rushed into the sky, making the sky change, and the ground around Uchiha Zanyan's body collapsed. Ah, Puff. Uchiha Zanyan injected spiritual energy and physical energy into the Dragon Slayer magic crystal in his body. Roar. Uchiha Zanyan gently cut open his chest with his fingers, and then buried the Dragon Slayer magic crystal inside. A super terrifying magic power exploded in Uchiha Zanyan's body. Uchiha Zanyan was still injecting physical and mental energy, but he felt that the sky was limited. Boom. However, the magic power displayed by Uchiha Zanyan now was even stronger than that of the old man. Advertisement. Everyone looked at Uchiha Zanyan in shock. People from other guilds didn't know, but everyone in Fairy Tail knew that although Uchiha Zanyan was in the Wizard Guild, he was not a wizard himself, because Uchiha Zanyan didn't awaken the magic source at all. A black flame immediately ignited on Dark Knight's body. As this the dragon-slaying magic crystal, Cobra suddenly felt that all the strength in his body seemed to be drained, and he fell to the ground. Urza and Natsu felt it more clearly. Both of them had been in the Fairy Tail Guild for many years and had a deep understanding of the magic power of the President Makarov. The old man was the most powerful magic they had ever seen. Quote. This thing is actually made from the heart of a giant dragon. Open hollow corner bracket Amaterasu close hollow corner bracket. A phantom of a giant dragon appeared around Uchiha Zanyan's body. It seems that there is a limit to the magic power that this dragon-killing magic crystal can withstand. Cobra was stunned, and saw that his chest was broken, and his dragon-slaying magic crystal fell into Uchiha Zanyan's hands. Just when Cobra was still surprised. Poison. Although it's not my favorite attribute, let's try it and see if it works. Everyone was in disbelief, although they heard that Uchiha Zanyan defeated the 10 magic guides of the Holy Land, Joseph. Zala. But this magic power is too strong. No, it is too terrifying. Cobra felt a terrifying force coming from his fist, and he was knocked away. But now Uchiha Zan the power that erupted from Yan's body was real magic power, and it was also very terrifying magic power. This magic power is no more than that of the old man. No, it is completely superior to that of the old man. So scary. It was so terrifying that they were a little unstable and their bodies were shaking uncontrollably, as if what they saw was not a human being at all, but a terrifying dragon. Who was the old man? He was ranked among the top 10 magic guides of the Ishgar continent. Advertisement. Chapter 379 Roar. Advertisement. No, it's probably because the dragon is not strong enough. Dragons are like humans, there are differences between them. This dragon is good, but not the best. But Uchiha Zanyan is very satisfied, which proves that his guess is correct. Brian feels like he is going crazy at this moment. Is this guy a monster? Uchiha Zanyan he knew the Dragon Slayer crystal that Yan had dug out the best. Because that Dragon Slayer crystal originally belonged to him, and it was he who buried the Dragon Slayer crystal in Cobra's body. Cobra lived up to his expectations and showed great strength, but it was just like that for him, and it was obviously very different from the Dragon Slayer mage recorded in ancient times. But what he saw now, the shadow of the giant dragon, and the terrifying magic power, were obviously the real power of the Dragon Slayer mage in ancient times to slay dragons, the power of the dragon. He had just buried the Dragon Slayer crystal in his body, and he exerted the power of the dragon. What a joke. Is this guy a demon, or is he a dragon himself? Cobra was also stunned. He was most familiar with his Dragon Slayer crystal. Uchiha Zanyan exerted the ultimate form of the Dragon Slayer mage. Natsu now looked at Uchiha Zanyan as if he saw his father Ignor. That was a real dragon. Uchiha Zanyan is now like a humanoid dragon. Except for the human appearance, Natsu feels that there is no difference between Uchiha Zanyan and a dragon. Uchiha Zanyan feels his body. Well, the strength of the body has increased a lot. Because he practiced breathing techniques early, his physical fitness is very high, but it is still in the human category. Later, after absorbing the demon ancestor Muzan, his physical fitness has been improved to a certain extent. But in fact, the improvement is limited, that is, the level of general invulnerability, and may not be as good as Big Mom and Kaido. What is really powerful about his body is immortality and regeneration. This time, after fusing the poisonous Dragon Slayer magic crystal, his body has been increased to a certain extent, but it is not high. It takes time to continuously improve his physical fitness. Now only when the dragon power is truly opened, the physical strength will be very strong. This time it is mainly equivalent to having an additional top-level buff. Even among his many powers, this buff is top-level. Uchiha Zanyan couldn't help but curl up his lips slightly. He had been in the Fairy Tail Guild for half a year. Advertisement. Half a year was a very abundant time, and he learned a lot of magic knowledge. However, in terms of strength, Uchiha Zanyan was slightly stuck in a bottleneck, because his other powers had almost reached their peak. When the strength is weak, it will be very fast to become stronger. When the strength reaches a certain level, it will be difficult to become stronger. This is also called the limit. Admiral of Headquarters is called the strongest combat power of the world government, representing the Admiral of Headquarters, which is already the world's top experience. It is very difficult for a strong person of that level to improve. Uchiha Zanyan also relied on various complementary powers to suppress the Marine Admiral. Lucy was also confused. Zanyan, what is this? Urza asked Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan was already as powerful as a monster before, so now he has become even more perverted. Crack. Now that Uchiha Zanyan has magic power, and such terrifying magic power, everything he learned before has become useful. Although I don't have a magic source, this Dragon Slayer crystal can be used as an external magic source, so I can use magic. It's just that he doesn't like these wizards. The only thing he likes in this world is the dragon. In fact, regarding magic power, Uchiha Zanyan has never worried at all. He wants to become a wizard, and he can become one at any time. Natsu shouted in horror. Zanyan has become a dragon. Please give me flowers. It's just that his body is running the breathing method instinctively now. When his physical fitness is comparable to that of a dragon, the breathing method will become even more powerful. No way. Brian immediately used a magic barrier to block it. Although Uchiha Zanyan was learning magic with one finger before, everything was useless without magic power. Advertisement. So Uchiha Zanyan fought 5 alone, which shocked the One Piece world. To be honest, the breathing method is not enough for Uchiha Zanyan now. Uchiha Zanyan looked at Brian, the only remaining leader among the 6 demon generals. Eternal Dark Guardian. The stronger the lungs, the more powerful the breathing method will be. Maybe after a while, my lungs will become like a dragon. This signature move made Natsu's eyes shine. Huh. At that time, the breathing method will bring me a greater improvement. Roar of the Poison Dragon. This is the Dragon Slayer Crystal. The Dragon Slayer Crystal is made from the heart of a giant dragon. The heart of a giant dragon is actually equivalent to the magic source of a wizard. As long as the Dragon Slayer Crystal is buried in the body, a Dragon Slayer wizard can be created. Uchiha Zanyan actually became a wizard. No, B. Uchiha Zanyan tilted his head back, took a deep breath, and his chest swelled. Uchiha Zanyan spit out a powerful poisonous fog storm from his mouth and shot it towards Brian. The power is like 2 different magics compared to Cobra. Just right. Let me experiment with my magic on you. Uchiha Zanyan found something that surprised him a little. The improvement of his physical strength was okay, but he felt that the health of his lungs was improving rapidly. Natsu and Lucy were stunned when they heard this. That's why it has been delayed until now. However, becoming a wizard is just a small goal of Uchiha Zanyan. Brian saw Uchiha Zanyan looking at him, and his face suddenly changed. The other 5 of the 6 demon generals were easily killed, so how could the other party let him go? Lucy covered her mouth in disbelief. But the roar just hit Brian's magic barrier and shattered it, and the poisonous mist submerged Brian's body. Advertisement. Chapter 380 disappeared. Advertisement. Brian screamed loudly, and his body was pushed by the roar in the endless sea of trees, opening a huge passage in the endless sea of trees. Boom. The last terrifying explosion broke out in the center of the endless sea of trees. The strong impact spread to the surroundings, destroying everything around. Even at such a distance, everyone could feel the strong wind generated by the explosion. After a long time, the impact of the explosion calmed down. The sea of trees, disappeared. Everyone looked over and saw that the endless sea of trees that they had seen originally became empty in the center and turned into a desert. Although the poisonous fog is poisonous fog, it is also magic in essence. Magic has terrible destructive power. And the poisonous fog has terrible corrosive magic power, which can corrode many things it touches. There is also an inner personality in Brian's body, which is also the president of the 6 demon generals, nothing, and this inner personality was killed before it even had the chance to awaken. After all, no matter how powerful the inner personality magic is, it can't compare with the roar of a real dragon. Scared. Everyone was a little scared when they saw this scene, their eyes were wide open. Many people were shaking with fear. Uchiha Zanyan felt very satisfied with the power. In terms of destructive power alone, it was almost as powerful as the shock fruit. Advertisement. This is just the power. The Dragon Slayer magic crystal is still constantly improving its physical fitness. Now seeing Uchiha Zanyan again, he realized that he had only seen a tiny part of the other party's strength. Sha Lulu's body trembled uncontrollably. The 4 blue Pegasus were ambushed by the 6 demon generals before they even started, and they didn't help at all. So strong, too strong, and too strong. Although they only fought with the 6 demon generals, they still felt the power of the 6 demon generals. The magic power of each opponent was not much different from their own. And everyone's magic was very difficult. If Uchiha Zanyan had not exposed Yi Yi's identity at the beginning, making everyone wary of Yi Yi, otherwise it would be unknown how much damage would be caused. You're welcome, this is what I should do. The blue Pegasus trio also staggered over at this time. I'm sorry, Mr. Zanyan, we shouldn't doubt. Uchiha Zanyan raised his hand and smiled and said, it's okay, I can see clearly because of my special eyes. It's human nature for you to protect your companions. There is nothing to blame about this. He did not blame the blue 2.1 Pegasus people. On the one hand, this is human nature. On the other hand, the other party has been punished. Why did he say that? The 3 were very grateful when they heard Uchiha Zanyan say that. They didn't expect that Uchiha Zanyan, who was so young, would be so easy to talk to. To be honest, they, the blue Pegasus, lost face this time. Everyone was speechless. Fairy Tail was okay. After all, they had experienced this kind of thing many times and got used to it. Leon has always been obsessed with Deliora. He once thought that his teacher Uru was the strongest wizard, but Uru was defeated by Deliora. If Uchiha Zanyan wanted to kill them, they would have disappeared completely by now. The others were trembling with fear, especially the blue Pegasus. They had questioned Uchiha Zanyan the loudest before and wanted to attack Uchiha. Then he joined the Snake Princess Scale Guild, and he met Mr. Jura. Mr. Jura's strength made him admire him very much. After all, the 6 demon generals are one of the most powerful dark guilds, and this configuration is normal. Habi said proudly. He is Uchiha Zan Yan, the wizard of fairy tale. Any one of them can even stalemate with Jura, one of the 10 holy wizards. There are 6 such people. It is absolutely not an exaggeration to call them the strongest dark guild. After tasting the sweetness, Uchiha Zan Yan now wants to get more Dragon Slayer magic crystals. Shang continued. There is another thing, I also concealed something, actually what kind of magic is nirvana? Leon and Shirley suddenly felt fortunate at this time. Although they knew that Uchiha Zan Yan was very strong, they didn't know how strong he was. Jura sincerely thanked Uchiha Zan Yan. Advertisement. Lucy said with a trembling body. Even if it is the roar of a real dragon, it is only this powerful. It is the first seat of the 10 holy magic guides, the god Serena, who has 18 Dragon Slayer magic crystals of wind, fire, water, earth, thunder, rock, light, and darkness buried in his body. If Uchiha Zan Yan really attacked them, they might have been killed by now. This guy has switched to the Ilbara's empire. It seems that he has time to go to the Ilbara's empire in person to see it. Uchiha Zan Yan clapped his hands and laughed. Who is this guy? This strength is too terrifying. After seeing Uchiha Zan Yan, he realized how shallow his previous knowledge was. Okay, the matter has been resolved. Now seeing Uchiha Zan Yan easily eliminate the 6 demon generals, they realized how much Uchiha Zan Yan had let go when dealing with them. But such a powerful dark guild was all killed by the 10 people of Baoji Bo Yayan. And he also knows who has the Dragon Slayer magic crystal. They originally thought they were the main force, but they didn't expect to become the drag. If Uchiha Zan Yan's strength was not strong enough to eliminate all the 6 demon generals, they would really become sinners. Most of the others had experienced it for the first time. They mobilized a large number of troops to deal with the 6 demon generals and formed a regular guild coalition, and even sent the strongest wizards of their own guilds. Judging from the magic power displayed by the 6 demon generals, they are indeed worthy of such treatment. Mr. Uchiha Zan Yan, this time it was thanks to you that the 6 demon generals were defeated. When the others heard Lucis' words, they all nodded in agreement. The reason is very simple, that is, the gap in strength between the two sides is too big. And there was no power to respond, and even the magic that they were proud of was not used. Advertisement. Chapter 381 already ruined. Advertisement. Many people didn't expect that the Blue Pegasus would deliberately conceal something, which is not a good thing. Shang, what is nirvana? We haven't heard of it. Evie and Lien also didn't know at all. But I didn't hide it maliciously, but because the magic of nirvana is very dangerous. Nirvana is a magic that can exchange light and darkness. That is Jinpan. At this time, Uchiha Zan Yan said, no, don't worry, if that nirvana is not wrong, I should have destroyed it. What? All the pictures were shocked when they heard this. Zan, when did you destroy nirvana? Uchiha Zan Yan pointed to the endless sea of trees. No, it was almost called the endless desert now. Everyone was speechless. Before the war, they had heard 14 say that the 6 demon generals came here to find nirvana. Then the nirvana must be sealed in the endless sea of trees, but the endless sea of trees was almost destroyed, and nirvana was probably destroyed. Well, the problem that everyone was most worried about was actually solved like this. Although the cobra was dug out of the dragon-killing magic crystal by Uchiha Zan Yan, it would not die, at most it would be weak for a while. He heard the conversation between Uchiha Zan Yan and several people. At this time, he didn't know how to describe his feelings. The nirvana that the 6 demon generals had worked so hard to find was destroyed. The dream they dreamed of was completely stranded before it even started. All this was because of the guy named Uchiha Zan Yan. Is this guy really a human, not a giant dragon? Everyone quickly returned to the villa and found the beaten knight in the bathroom. Advertisement. Except for the missing leader Brian, all the other 6 demon generals were brought back. It would be fine if they killed the opponent in the battle, but killing prisoners now makes people feel a little uncomfortable. Just when everyone was discussing how to deal with the 6 demon generals, someone from the Magic Council suddenly broke in. Who is it? I am the captain of the 4th Force Supervision Unit of the new Magic Council, named Lahar. New Magic Council. Has it been reorganized? The dissolution of the Magic Council was naturally a sensation in the magic world. After all, the counselors of the Magic Council were actually people from the dark side, and they were even deceived into activating the magic spirit power. This kind of thing naturally has a huge responsibility, so the Magic Council can't help but experience a huge shock, and reorganization is certain. In order to maintain the order of the magic world in the Ishgar continent, all countries will not allow the Magic Council to be completely disbanded. We are completely transforming the new Magic Council in order to protect the rule of law and justice, and we will never allow any evil. The purpose of our trip is to arrest the 6 demon generals. Please hand over the 6 demon generals to us. Quote. Although the Magic Council does not have any powerful masters, its intelligence capabilities are still very strong. After hearing that the 6 demon generals were planning to achieve nirvana, the Magic Council immediately took action. After all, they knew the dangers of nirvana better than anyone else. Unexpectedly, the 6 demon generals were defeated by the local guild coalition forces just after they arrived. You came at the right time. Quote. Originally, they were a little worried about how to deal with the 6 demon generals. It was not appropriate to kill these people, and it was even more inappropriate to take them back to the guild for detention. After all, they were just a wizard guild, not a bureaucratic organization, and it was not appropriate to detain criminals themselves. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Lahar was slightly relieved to see everyone cooperate so well. Soon, the people of the Magic Council put special handcuffs on all the 6 demon generals. Once they were handcuffed with this pair of handcuffs, they could no longer use magic power. It was a prop specially used by the Magic Council to detain criminal wizards. By the way, where is Brian, the leader of the 6 demon generals? Did that guy escape? Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan said, you go to the big pit in the center of the endless forest and look carefully. If you are lucky, you may find some broken limbs and debris. Quote exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark quote. The people of the Magic Council were all shocked. When they came here, they saw the endless forest. The original endless forest had now turned into an endless desert. Not only that, there is also a deadly poison surrounding it. He has reported to his superiors and listed the endless sea of trees as a forbidden area to prevent anyone from entering. Can I ask what happened in the endless sea of trees? Nothing, just ask them and you will know. Uchiha Zanyan pointed at the 6 demon generals. In that case, we'll take our leave. Lahar left with the 6 demon generals. Urza said, I didn't expect the Magic Council to be reorganized so quickly. This is really bad news. Natsu looked sad. He was frightened by the people from Magic 560 Council who broke in just now. He often got into trouble. He thought the Magic Council was here to arrest him. After all, he was a little bit presumptuous when he heard that the Magic Council had disintegrated. Now that the Demon Law Council has been reorganized, he has to be careful again. At first, he was very happy to hear that the Magic Council had disintegrated, but now his happiness is about to disappear. Lucy complained when she heard what Natsu said. This is good news. Something happened to the Magic Council, and the impact is very huge. If you are not careful, the whole continent will be in chaos. Jura said. Everyone, this mission is over. Although we didn't help much, we still have to go back and report to the president, so I'll say goodbye again. Quote. Aluza said. Please don't say that. Although Zan Yan was almost the only one who was able to defeat the 6 demon generals, the risks faced by all our guilds are the same, so every participating guild is at risk of retaliation. The credit for defeating the 6 demon generals should belong to all participating guilds. Yi Yi came out and said, Aluza is right. It's good to be able to defeat the 6 demon generals. Lucy complained. You didn't do anything at all. No, Blue Pegasus didn't do anything. Advertisement. Chapter 382 Return. Advertisement. You too. Harpy complained to Lucy without any hesitation. Zan Yan did my share too. Lucy bared her teeth at Harpy, this thieving cat, now she likes to complain about herself. Then we'll say goodbye. Jura and the other two nodded, then turned and left the villa. Finally the mission is completed. Go back. Go back. Lucy thought of the 1 million that was about to be in her hands. Now she no longer had to worry about the rent in a short time, and she could also buy some personal items. 1 million J was enough for her to spend for a long time. Aluza said to the others, everyone, it's time for us to say goodbye. Sha Lulu said to Wendy, let's go back too. Ah, I didn't show anything this time. Wendy was a little disappointed. She wanted to help show off, but the 6 demon generals were too scary. They defeated the 4 wizards of the Blue Pegasus. As soon as the 6 demon generals appeared, she hid and didn't dare to come out. Later, Uchiha Zan Yan was so powerful that he easily defeated all 6 demon generals by himself. The 6 demon generals were so powerful that they had no power to respond in front of Uchiha Zan Yan. Seeing Wendy like this, Sha Lulu couldn't scold her. There's nothing we can do. This time, Uchiha Zan Yan is too strong. You don't need to show anything. It's best if you can be safe and sound. 1. Sha Lulu was extremely shocked by Uchiha Zan Yan's strength. The other party actually destroyed the entire sea of trees with just one roar. You know, Wendy is also a dragon slayer, but he can't compare with Uchiha Zan Yan at all. He even suspected that the man himself was transformed from a giant dragon. Otherwise, how could he spit out dragon breath that is more terrifying than that of an ordinary giant dragon? This mission itself is very dangerous for Wendy. What's there to complain about if she has a big leg to carry her? Isn't it? Mr. Zan Yan is too strong, right? Then you also need to work hard. Look at his roar, and then look at your roar, it doesn't look like magic at all. Advertisement. Ouch. Everyone, Sha Lulu and I are leaving. Wendy said dejectedly, and was ready to leave with Sha Lulu. Wait a minute, Uchiha Zan Yan suddenly said. Everyone was a little curious, not knowing what Uchiha Zan Yan was going to do. Uchiha Zan Yan said, your name is Wendy, right? If you have the chance, you can come to Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail will welcome you. This side effect is not a side effect at all, it is even an advantage, just like the transformation of Zone Devil Fruit. Natsu said very unhappily. Laxus, this be asterisk 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 D. He kept it a secret that he was a dragon slayer. I want to fight him. The guy just now, Laxus, and people like me who use Dragon Slayer magic crystals are second-generation Dragon Slayers. Quote. She knew Uchiha Zan Yan, and Uchiha Zan Yan must have seen something, otherwise he wouldn't care about a little girl. But after learning that Uchiha Zanyan had become a dragon slayer, he was still very shocked. This brat really became a wizard, and he was a very powerful dragon slayer. What? Didn't I say that? He did not disappear in advance just to wait for Wendy and Shalulu. Uchiha Zanyan touched his chin. Special. A little special, but not too special. That little girl is a dragon slayer like Natsu. Everyone was very surprised when they heard this. Dragon slayer. When did dragon slayers become so common? He didn't care whether Wendy was a dragon slayer or not, but he destroyed Nirvana. After Wendy returned to the guild, maybe the guild disappeared, so he invited Wendy to Fairy Tail. Actually, it's okay. Natsu, Gajeel, and Wendy are the first generation of dragon slayers, and they are the most orthodox dragon slayers. Wendy and Sha Lulu returned to the guild and reported the mission to the President Robin Liu. President Robin Liu smiled and listened to Wendy's report. When did you say that? What? You said Laxus is a dragon slayer. Advertisement. Even the endless sea of trees in Nirvana were destroyed in one blow. This prestige is comparable to the real Good Zhao's dragon. Then we'll leave too. Makarov had long known from the message of the Blue Pegasus Bob that the mission of defeating the 6 demon generals had been successfully completed. Urza, Uchiha Zanyan and the other 4 also left together. On the way, Urza asked, Zanyan, is there anything special about that little girl? Then he also told his past, and finally disappeared in front of Wendy and Shalulu. The other party had died 400 years ago. It was his obsession that kept him alive until now. Natsu and the others were dumbfounded when they heard this. Natsu, Gajeel, one of the 6 demon generals, and now Uchiha Zanyan is also a dragon slayer, and now there is another little girl. Several people returned to the Fairy Tail Guild. Now that Nirvana has disappeared, his obsession has also disappeared, and it has naturally dissipated. In fact, he sensed it the moment Nirvana disappeared. But he wasn't sure if it would disappear. If it didn't disappear, it would be a good thing for Wendy to be there. After saying that, Wendy took Shalulu away. Wendy was stunned when she heard what Uchiha Zanyan said, then nodded and said, I will definitely go if I have time in the future. Quote. Oh, that means you didn't ask. Laxus is also a lightning dragon slayer. He has a lightning dragon slayer crystal embedded in his body. He showed his strength when he fought me last time. He is much stronger than Natsu. Quote. Uchiha Zanyan launched Kamui and killed all the 6 demon generals. Although he knew that this was normal, after all, that brat even killed Joseph. The Dragon Slayer magic crystal is used to replace the magic source. The Dragon Slayer magic crystal is equivalent to the dragon's magic source. How can humans fully exert the power of the dragon's magic source? A few days later, Fairy Tail welcomed a new member, Wendy and Sha Lulu. At the same time, they are also the dragon slayers with the most serious side effects. In fact, in Uchiha Zanyan's opinion, it's okay, just from a human to a dragon. Lucy said in surprise, are there so many dragon slayers? Only Zanyan, this little monster, could do this. Advertisement. Chapter 383 Guild Arts. Advertisement. When Wendy and Sha Lulu didn't know where to go, they suddenly remembered what Uchiha Zanyan said before, and the cat and the man set out on the road to Fairy Tail together, and only arrived at the Fairy Tail Guild today. Wendy wanted to come to Fairy Tail because of Uchiha Zanyan's invitation, and on the other hand, she also wanted to meet Natsu and Gajeel, who were also dragon slayers like herself. The happiest person when Wendy and Sha Lulu came to the Fairy Tail Guild was Habi. It was reluctant to part with Sha Lulu a few days ago, and now it can finally see Sha Lulu again. Uchiha Zanyan has been familiar with magic these days. Magic and chakra are very similar but completely different powers. Dragon power is a very advanced magic power. His physical fitness is constantly improving under the influence of the dragon calendar. Uchiha Zanyan is very satisfied with this. Sure enough, nothing makes people feel more happy than improving their strength. He now has mastered the 5th power besides ninjutsu, breathing technique, hockey, and devil fruit, magic. And it is the top dragon slaying magic in the world of Fairy Tail. Dragon slaying magic perfectly illustrates what it means that a dragon slayer eventually becomes a dragon. Many people in this world avoid it, but Uchiha Zanyan thinks it is nothing. For him, it is just a change of technique. In short, he is very satisfied with his gains, and he also found that he is still very clumsy in using magic. Although his magic power is strong, he is still a magic apprentice. More use and practice are needed. He is now eager to go to the Elbara's empire to take back the 8 dragon slaying magic crystals. Magic can actually be divided into single magic and fusion magic. The fusion of magic of different attributes will burst out amazing power. The most representative one is the magic spirit power of the Magic Council. It is a super fusion magic born through the fusion of different magics. Uchiha Zanyan didn't know what kind of terrifying magic would be born from the fusion of the 9 dragon-slaying magics, but it was this unknown that made people extremely excited. But there was no rush now, he needed to study hard. BEFG. A few days later. How is it? Have you gotten used to this guild? When Lucy came to the guild in the morning, she saw Wendy sitting at the table reading quietly. Wendy herself was very cute and caused quite a stir when she first came to the guild. Wendy smiled and Kaido. Yes. At first, she was sad because her grandfather, President Robin, left, but after coming to Fairy Tail, she was infected by the happy atmosphere of the guild, and everyone in the guild took good care of her. Now she has come out of her sadness. Sha Lulu said while drinking coffee. I am quite satisfied with the fact that there is a women's dormitory. Advertisement. Speaking of which, why doesn't Lucy live in the dormitory? I only recently learned that there is a women's dormitory. Besides, the rent of the dormitory is 100,000 J, and I have just escaped from financial poverty. The 1 million J provided by the Guild Alliance arrived, and Lucy was finally able to pay the rent. She felt a lot more relaxed and was no longer in a hurry to do tasks to pay the rent. She couldn't help but feel that her decision to participate in this mission was extremely wise. Although each of the 6 demon generals is super scary, they are still far inferior to the more terrifying Uchiha Zanyan. Suddenly, a person ran into the guild. No, it's not good. Ding ding ding. The bell above the fairy tale guild rang. What? It's a bell. This way of ringing the bell is. Oh, could it be? ... Many people in the guild became excited, leaving only some newcomers confused, not knowing what happened. Guildarts is back. Natsu looked excited and expectant. Guildarts. Wendy looked at Lucy in confusion. Lucy said, I haven't seen him either. He is said to be the strongest wizard in fairy tale. Wow, the strongest. Is he stronger than Brother Zanyan? That's unlikely. Thinking of Uchiha Zanyan's monster-like strength, Lucy really couldn't imagine who could be stronger than Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan joined Fairy Tail with me. When we joined the Fairy Tail Guild, Guildarts had never appeared in the guild. Advertisement. It's all right, why is there such a big commotion? It's like a festival, Lulu. At this time, many people in the guild cheered and looked very excited. Mira came over and said, no wonder everyone is so excited. He hasn't been back for 3 years. 3 years. What is he doing? Of course he's working. Above the S-level mission is the SS level mission, and above that is the 10-year mission. No one can complete it in 10 years, so it's called the 10-year mission. Guildarts is going to do the 100-year mission that's even higher than that. Lucy was shocked. She thought that her experience during this period of time made her knowledgeable, but she was still shocked when she heard this. 100-year mission. 100 years. A job that no one can complete. Many people on the streets of Magnolia couldn't help but stir. It's Guildarts. Guildarts is back. Magnolia changes to Guildarts mode. Citizens, please quickly go to the designated location. Repeat again. What is Magnolia's Guildarts mode? Go outside and take a look and you'll know. Quote. Lucy came to the entrance of the guild upon hearing this, and saw that a passage had actually split open in the town street ahead. No way. The city split open. Mira explained. Because Guildarts used magic that turns objects into powder when touched. If he accidentally walked over in a daze, he would crash into the houses. How exaggerated is this? The whole city was transformed just for this. Great. Sha Lulu. D. At this time, a figure walked through the passage. Here I come. Advertisement. Chapter 384 Gift. Advertisement. Almost all the members of the guild gathered at the door. Soon, a man in his 40s, wearing a black cloak and looking a bit sloppy with a beard, walked into the guild. Guildarts. Let's fight it out. Lucy herself said Guildarts. Is this Guildarts? Guildarts asked Mira with a puzzled look. Little girl, I seem to remember that there should be a guild called Fairy Tail nearby. It's here, and I'm Mirajan. Mira. Guildarts looked at Mira carefully, and finally matched her with his memory, but the difference was a bit huge. You have changed a lot. By the way, how come the guild is so brand new? Guildarts. Natsu shouted and rushed over. Oh, is it Natsu? Long time no see. I said you want to fight me. Natsu punched Guildarts, and Guildarts raised his hand and knocked Natsu to the ceiling. Let's talk about it next time. Sure enough. Super strong. Uncle hasn't changed at all. A man among men. Gray and Elfman also admired him. When Gray and his friends joined the guild, Guildarts was the pillar of the guild. Not only was he extremely powerful, but he was also very enthusiastic. He was their idol. There are some new faces. This place has really changed a lot. At this time, Makarov's voice sounded. Guildarts. Oh, President. Long time no see. How's the work going? Makarov's expression was a little solemn. He was actually very worried about Guildarts going to do the 100-year mission this time. Guildarts scratched his head and smiled awkwardly. Ha. Seeing Guildarts like this, Makarov immediately knew the result. He watched Guildarts grow up and knew that Guildarts would look like this every time he failed. No, I can't complete it. Advertisement. What? No way. That Guildarts. The mission failed. Everyone in the guild was shocked. Guildarts is recognized as the strongest wizard in the Fairy Tail Guild, and his strength is unfathomable. Many people in the guild grew up listening to and watching the legend of Guildarts. Guildarts has completed many 10-year missions over the years, and his mission record can be called a legend among the guild wizards. As that's so, even you can't do it. Makarov didn't expect that Guildarts couldn't complete it, so who can complete this mission? Makarov looked at Uchiha Zanyan, maybe only Uchiha. This brat can complete the 100-year mission. But it's very troublesome to let Uchiha Zanyan this brat take action. This brat seems to be only interested in learning magic. I'm sorry, I've embarrassed the guild. How could it be? As long as you come back safely, it's enough. As far as I know, you are the first person to come back from this mission. It would be best if the mission could be completed. If it can't be completed, it can't be completed. As long as Guildarts is fine, it's fine. I want to rest, so I came back. Phew, I'm exhausted. Exhausted. Natsu, come to my house later, I have a gift for you. Ha ha ha, then I'll leave first. Gildarts said and turned to leave. The wall in front of Gildarts shattered directly. Uchiha Zanyan's eyes lit up when he saw Gildarts. Magic. Crushing magic, this magic is very good. This magic has a very strong destructive power, and can even fight against higher-level enemies. The only pity is that the dragon's magic resistance to human magic is too strong, so Gildarts is very weak in front of the dragon. If it weren't for this reason, Gildarts' strength would not be much different from that of the dragon. But it seems unnecessary for him to learn this. The most powerful magic in this world is still dragon-slaying magic, which is of the greatest help to him. Gildarts went out of the gate. Valen shouted, pointing at the gate. Lucy said in surprise, even the strongest wizard of fairy tale can't complete the 100-year mission. How dangerous is the 100-year mission? Advertisement. Aruza looked at Lucy and said, you are still a little young to do the 100-year mission. Lucy was so scared that she was sweating all over. Do I look so eager to do the 100-year mission? After a while, Lucy took Happy to Gilworth's house. Hey, excuse me, are you here, Natsu? Happy, are you doing well with Lisana after that? Lisana once confessed to Natsu and said that she would be his bride in the future. Gildarts was there at the time. Now Natsu has reached the age of having a real girlfriend, and he is a little concerned about whether Natsu and Lisana are dating now. What? Still shy? Gahahaha. Natsu's expression turned cold. Lisana died 2 years ago. Quote. Really? Really? Is that so? Right. Sorry, Natsu. Quote. Gildarts was a little bit incredulous when he heard the news. He didn't expect that such a thing would happen during the time he was on the mission. If that's all you want to say, I'll go back. Natsu turned around and was about to leave. I say, Natsu. Happy hurriedly persuaded Natsu. Natsu, I met a dragon at work. Natsu turned around immediately after hearing this. I don't think that should be the red guy you were looking for. It's a black dragon. Where is it? In the sacred peak Zanya. Thanks to it, the work failed. Natsu was about to run out. What are you going to do? Is there any need to ask? Of course, I'm going to find out where Ignor is. He is no longer there. The black dragon is on the mainland, or should I say it is flying around in this world. Even if it's so hard, there will be some clues. He has been looking for nearly 10 years, but there is no clue at all. The dragon has become a legend. Now is the first time he hears about the dragon, he must not miss it. Advertisement. Chapter 385. Alone in Albaraz. Advertisement. Natsu, look at this. Gildarts untied his cloak. The body under the cloak was covered with serious scars. In addition to the wounds that had been stitched with countless stitches, the wrapped gauze was full of blood. In addition, Gildarts' left hand and left leg had become prosthetic limbs. Natsu and Happy stared in disbelief. It was almost a moment. The left hand and left foot even injured the internal organs. I don't know what happened to Ignor. The black dragon is undoubtedly the enemy of mankind, and humans can't win. Natsu gritted his teeth and said stubbornly, the one who will defeat it is the dragon slayer. As long as there is my magic, black dragon or something. If you really think so, I won't stop you. 287. Natsu's body kept shaking. As a person who has lived with dragons, he knows the power of dragons better than anyone else. His current strength is far different from that of real dragons. ***. Natsu couldn't accept it and ran out. Natsu. Happy, you have to help Natsu. Humans can't win against that thing, but if it's a dragon, maybe they can win. As for Natsu, one day he will definitely. He didn't finish his words. Gildarts has been traveling for many years and has seen a lot. He has a certain understanding of dragon slayers. Dragon slayers will eventually transform into dragons. July 7, 777. The dragons that taught Natsu and me dragon slayer magic disappeared on the same day. By the way, Natsu said that Gajil's dragon might also disappear on the same day. What's going on? Sha Lulu asked in confusion. This feeling was a bit too coincidental. Lucy guessed seriously. Is it a day for an outing? Lucy sometimes says strange things. Boom. At this time, the sky outside was changing, and heavy rain fell. Rainy days are for dating with my dear. Kana was holding a big wine barrel with a happy expression on her face. Wine is the most delicious on rainy days. Kana, you have to save some of your deer for the guests. Mira was dressed on the boat and looked like she was going out. Oh, where are you going in this weather, Mira? Well, I'm going to church. Advertisement. Kana immediately remembered what day it was when she heard this. Elfman, let's go. Quote. Mira asked Elfman to leave. Lucy asked in confusion. Why did you run to call him back in such weather? Kana explained. Because Lisana's death anniversary is coming soon. Lisana, Levi said. Mira and Elfman's sister died in an accident at work. They went to the church 2 years ago because they were about to die. Makarov called Urza and shouted. Urza, where is that brat Uchiha Zanyan? Lucy looked at the place where Uchiha Zanyan was always and found it was empty. She could see Uchiha Zanyan almost every time she was in the guild before. Huh, really not here, Urza said. Zanyan said he had something to do and needed to go out for a while. Uchiha Zanyan said he was going out for a while. Urza was also a little curious. Uchiha Zansong replied that he was going to get something. That brat, he didn't run away because he didn't want to do the 100-year mission, did he? Quote. He was also planning to hand over the 100-year mission to that brat Uchiha Zanyan, but the brat ran away. To be honest, he didn't know who else could complete this mission except Uchiha Zanyan. He felt that it was the most appropriate for Uchiha Zanyan to complete this mission, and this brat would definitely be able to complete it with his strength. The president wants to hand over the mission to Uchiha Zanyan. Lucy leaned over to hear the news, which surprised her a little. She didn't expect that Uchiha Zanyan, who joined the Fairy Tail Guild on the same day as her, would go on a 100-year mission. Aluza said. It's not like that. I think he really has something to do. They don't know that Uchiha Zanyan has already come to another continent. Western continent, Ulbara's empire. Uchiha Zanyan couldn't help himself in the end, and tasted the sweetness of the Dragon Slayer crystal. 8 dragon-slaying magic crystals, gathering almost all the dragon-slaying magic crystals of all attributes, are very tempting to Uchiha Zanyan. These 8 dragon-slaying magic crystals are like 8 Logia devil fruits, 8 devil fruits comparable to Logia. Not to mention Uchiha Zanyan, even the world government can't sit still. Advertisement. Although he and Serena have no grudges, he is innocent but guilty of possessing a treasure. Moreover, this guy is a traitor to the Ishgar continent and even destroyed his hometown. His experience is very similar to Enel. He has a legitimate reason. Soon, Uchiha Zanyan came to the capital of the Ulbara's empire. The capital of the Ulbara's empire is very large and luxurious. The nearly eternal life allows Zirf to easily turn a small fishing village into an empire that unifies the continent. Uchiha Zanyan came to the gate of the palace. Really, this is more luxurious than the world government. Who is it? Uchiha Zanyan glanced at the guards and many of them fell to the ground. At the moment when they fell, some people in the palace also sensed it. What? Someone dared to come to the palace of the Ulbara's empire to make trouble. Interesting. Really interesting. I want to see who it is. Uchiha Zanyan strode into the palace. The appearance of Uchiha Zanyan immediately attracted the attention of the guards. Intruder. Attention. There is an intruder. The alarm of the Ulbara's empire palace sounded. A large number of guards rushed towards Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan saw these trash and he didn't want to bully them. Buzz. A terrifying conqueror's haki swept across the entire Ulbara's empire palace. Boom. Advertisement. Chapter 386 Robbery. Advertisement. The actual conqueror's haki will shake the entire palace, and even cracks will appear on the walls of the palace. Bang bang bang. Almost everyone in the palace of the Ulbara's empire had their eyes rolled back and foamed at the mouth and fainted. What? The strongest people in the Ulbara's empire were all alarmed. Originally, they thought that some ignorant guy had trespassed into the Ulbara's empire, but after feeling this powerful impact, they realized that it was not that serious. This was a terrifying guy who broke in here. The 12 shields of the Holy Guard who were still in the palace all rushed to the gate of the palace. After a few people arrived, they saw a young man standing at the gate. Who are you? My name is Uchiha Zanyan, from Ishgar. I want to ask who is Serena. A man came out. He had orange hair, which was divided into 2 wing-shaped buns from the top to the sides. There was a horizontal scar in the middle of his face. He was wearing a black and white cloak and a disc composed of 12 swords on his back. So you are from the same hometown. Are you going to avenge your relatives? This kind of plot is very common. Okay, I will accept your challenge, but I will not show mercy. Instead, I will send you to reunite with your relatives. Serena destroyed his hometown when he left Ishgar, so he thought that Uchiha Zanyan was someone from his hometown who had escaped by chance and came to seek revenge after hearing that his hometown was destroyed. Revenge? No, I don't have any hatred with you. No hatred. Why are you looking for me if there is no hatred? I am here to take away the Dragon Slayer crystal in your body. In short, I am here to rob. Quote. Everyone was a little confused when they heard Uchiha Zanyan's words. The robbery actually happened to the Ulbara's empire. Is this person mentally ill? Advertisement. Ha, you are really arrogant for robbing the Ulbara's empire's 12 holy shields. The Desert King, Ajir, felt very upset when he saw Uchiha Zanyan was so arrogant. This guy was even more arrogant than himself. Go to hell. The other party was looking for trouble, so just kill him directly. Ajir used sand to create countless sharp blades and shot them at Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan saw it and waved his claws. 5 huge slashes appeared from Uchiha Zanyan's hands, crushing all the sharp blades shot by Ajir. Dragon-killing magic. Serena immediately recognized Uchiha Zanyan as a Dragon Slayer magician, and he also knows why the other party came to him to ask for the Dragon Slayer magic crystal. So that's it, you are greedy for the Dragon Slayer magic crystal in my body, but my Dragon Slayer magic crystal is not so easy to get. Purgatory Dragon's hot hell. Serena clenched her fists, and a huge fireball appeared, and then shot the fireball towards Uchiha Zanyan. The fireball expanded into a huge sphere of flames in an instant, as hot as hell. Haha, it's gone. No, not yet. Magic King August suddenly spoke. The flames dissipated, and a huge hole appeared in front of everyone. In the middle of the hole, a person stood there unharmed. Oh, is this magic resistance? All wizards have magic resistance, which means that if magic attacks ordinary people without magic power, it will cause very strong damage. When attacking wizards, this damage will be reduced. The stronger the magic power of the wizard, the lower the damage. Dragons have very strong magic resistance, so human magic has almost no effect on dragons. Serena's magic attack is very powerful, but it is weakened a lot here. Coupled with his own chakra and hockey defense, I actually blocked Serena's magic without any damage. Interesting. I haven't encountered such a strong opponent in a long time. Are fire attribute attacks ineffective? Then use water attribute ones. Open hollow corner bracket Poseidon Dragon's water array circle close hollow corner bracket. Serena used the water attribute dragon killing magic, creating a large amount of water flow on the ground. These waters produced strong pains and rolled towards Uchiha Zon-Yan like a tsunami. Open hollow corner bracket Granite Dragon's earth breaking close hollow corner bracket. After using the water attribute dragon killing magic, Serena pressed his hands on the ground again, and the ground shook violently, and large pieces of the ground collapsed completely. Open hollow corner bracket Storm Dragon's mist snow moon flower close hollow corner bracket. Uchiha Zon multiple tornadoes appeared around Yan, tearing everything around him apart. Inbal, the governor of the Ilbara's empire, shouted, "Hey! This is the palace, Serena, you should restrain yourself." If Serena continued to attack like this, the palace would be destroyed. Serena stopped after hearing what Inbal said. Advertisement. Ah, sorry, I was a little excited and couldn't stop. At this time, a voice came from the smoke. What's wrong? Don't you want to continue? The magic just now was very good. Quote. Everyone's face changed immediately after hearing this voice, and they looked into the smoke. Soon the smoke dissipated, and Uchiha Zon-Yan appeared in the center of the explosion unharmed, with orange-yellow energy ribs appearing around his body, surrounding Uchiha Zon-Yan. Uchiha Zon-Yan inside was unharmed. What? How is this possible? Serena's attack just now was not weak, but the opponent took it all unharmed. Quote. Now everyone was a little bit like they were facing a great enemy, and such a guy was obviously very dangerous. Uchiha Zon-Yan looked at Serena and said, "Aren't you going to continue? Then I will do it." Quote. I'll break your defense. The strong wall of Diamond Dragon is broken. Serena rushed to Uchiha Zon-Yan quickly and punched Uchiha Zon-Yan's Susanoo. Bang! Serena's fist hit Uchiha Zon-Yan's Susanoo, and cracks appeared on Uchiha Zon-Yan's Susanoo. Serena's face was full of joy, just when Serena thought that Uchiha Zon-Yan's Susanoo's defense was about to be broken. A skeleton hand suddenly appeared and grabbed Serena's body. Puff. Advertisement. Chapter 387 Swallowing the Dragon-Slaying Magic Crystal. Advertisement. The extremely bloody scene made everyone stunned. Serena, who was still alive and kicking before, was crushed by the skeleton-like magic arm used by Uchiha Zon-Yan. Then they all changed their faces as if they were facing a great enemy. They knew Serena's strength, but they didn't expect that he would be easily killed by this person. Uchiha Zon-Yan dug out 8 dragon-slaying magic crystals from Serena's body. Each of these 8 dragon-slaying magic crystals has a different color and looks very crystal clear. This is the dragon-slaying magic crystal, and the value of each one is no less than the Logia devil fruit in the world of One Piece. Uchiha Zon-Yan was very happy to harvest so many dragon-slaying magic crystals at one time, and they have various properties. Then he didn't care about the people in front of him at all. In front of these people, he directly buried the dragon-slaying magic crystals in his body. Looking for death. Everyone saw Uchiha Zon-Yan's behavior and didn't stop it, because it was simply an act of looking for death. Not everyone can embed the Dragon Slayer magic crystal in their body. Insufficient magic power, incompatible attributes, and direct explosion and death are all trivial matters. Being able to embed a Dragon Slayer magic crystal is already an incredible skill, and embedding more than one will greatly increase the risk. God Serena can be said to be blessed by nature. It can be said to be a miracle that he can embed 8 Dragon Slayer magic crystals without thinking, so he is also called the man loved by the Dragon God. Even for God Serena, 8 is already his limit, and the 9th one is not even possible for their omnipotent majesty. This person already has a Dragon Slayer magic crystal in his body, and if 8 more are buried, that will be 9. 9 Dragon Slayer magic crystals, this guy is simply seeking death. After the 9 Dragon Slayer magic crystals entered Uchiha Zon-Yan's body, they really began to stir, and each dragon was proud. Even in death, the Dragon Slayer magic crystal made from the remaining heart actually carries a trace of the dragon's will. How can others sleep peacefully on the bed where I lie down? Several dragon-slaying magic crystals immediately had attribute conflicts. Uchiha Zon-Yan suppressed all these conflicts with his powerful body, but these dragon-slaying magic crystals were not in conflict. Uchiha Zon-Yan was a little unhappy. They were just some dead dragons. He could use them however he wanted. Why did he need to ask for their opinions? Crack. Backquote. Advertisement. A dragon-slaying magic crystal shattered in Uchiha Zon-Yan's body. A powerful magic power exploded in Uchiha Zon-Yan's body, as if making the sound of a dragon. Flames ignited outside Uchiha Zon-Yan's body. This was the flame of the Purgatory Dragon. The shattered heart of Uchiha Zon-Yan was the heart of the Purgatory Dragon. Uchiha Zon-Yan's body cells devoured the heart of the dragon sealed in the dragon-slaying magic crystal, and the flames around his body slowly extinguished. He had devoured the ancestor of demons, Muzan. All of Muzan's abilities belonged to him, but in terms of body, Muzan's body was the most powerful he had ever seen. Maybe it may not be as good as some freaks in terms of defense, but immortality and high-speed regeneration are unmatched by anyone else. Moreover, Muzen's body has a strong evolutionary ability. The stronger the flesh he devours, the sooner he can give birth to the same ability. For example, if Muzen devours an evil ghost that can resist the sun, he can evolve into an evil ghost that is not afraid of the sun. Uchiha Zanyan devours the heart of a dragon, and then he can evolve a heart similar to that of a dragon. Bang bang bang. Uchiha Zanyan devoured the heart of the dragon in the Dragon Slayer magic crystal. What's wrong with this guy? So scary. Uchiha Zanyan's heart was strengthened again, and the magic power had an additional attribute. Uchiha Zanyan shattered another dragon-killing magic crystal. Boom. A hurricane appeared around Uchiha Zanyan's body, and this time it was the Storm Dragon's Dragon Slayer magic crystal that was shattered. His body could actually evolve, and the evolution was quite significant. He actually possessed a magic source in such a muddle. As this, a magic source. For an ordinary wizard, eating the Dragon Slayer magic crystal is no different from seeking death. Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan thought in surprise. To be honest, only Uchiha Zanyan can eat it, and he has the ability to fuse the power of the dragon. Boom. The Magic King Ogast's face was very serious. He felt that there were actually two kinds of magic power in Uchiha Zanyan's body, which meant that the other party had fused two Dragon Slayer magic crystals. Crack. Another magical power of different attributes burst out from Uchiha Zanyan. Although he has all the abilities of an evil ghost, he is still a human, not a ghost. This magic power. Another powerful magic power erupted in Uchiha Zanyan's body. A powerful magical power burst out from Uchiha Zanyan's body. Uchiha Zanyan felt that his body was evolving. Uchiha Zanyan's heart began to change, the heart beats, and powerful magic flows out of the heart. To be honest, he had thought of a similar method a long time ago, but because he looked down on human wizards, he didn't like to eat people. Uchiha Zanyan sensed the changes in his body, and he felt that a real magic source was born in his heart. It was not the feeling of borrowing a magic source before, but a real magic source. Crack. Having tasted the sweetness, Uchiha Zanyan shattered another Dragon Slayer magic crystal. He has eaten donkey meat before, and it is very fragrant, but it is a bit greasy after eating too much. He has not eaten dragon meat yet. The ground under Uchiha Zanyan's feet was shattered. I can't believe that the Dragon Slayer magic crystal is not used to be buried, but to be eaten, just like the devil fruit. But there is no problem with dragons. Dragon meat in the sky and donkey meat in the ground. Uchiha Zanyan slowly suppressed the magic power. He had always thought that his body had reached a peak, but it seemed that he had overthought. Advertisement. Chapter 388 Destruction. Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan's body radiated a water blue light, which was the Water Dragon Slayer crystal. Still coming. The 12 shields were extremely shocked at this time. After a while, the blue light disappeared, and Uchiha Zanyan completely absorbed the Water Dragon Slayer crystal. When Uchiha Zanyan was about to continue, Inbal couldn't help it. We can't let this guy continue, kill him. Inbal waved his hand to create a giant ice pillar and stabbed Uchiha Zanyan. The skeleton-like Susanoo punched casually. Exclamation mark quote. Crack, crack. The giant ice pillar was shattered in an instant. Ant hell. Although Ajir was very wild, eager for quick success, cruel and bloodthirsty, he also felt that this young man was very evil. He knew Serena well. Although he came from the Ishgar continent, he was very strong. He was killed instantly by this guy. No matter whether he came for them or not, he had come to the palace of the Ilbara's empire, which was a capital crime. If this guy came to the Ilbara's empire and killed one of the 12 shields and then left calmly, where would they put their face as the 12 lords? And if they let such a dangerous guy go, they felt that 630 was not a good thing. A giant sand Uzumaki appeared on the ground under Uchiha Zanyan's feet, constantly flowing to the middle, trying to swallow Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan tapped his toes lightly, and the man flew up. Then Susanoo's hand appeared a massive Rasengan. So big. All the 12 holy shields were shocked when they saw the massive Rasengan in Uchiha Zanyan's hand. Uchiha Zanyan threw the massive Rasengan down. Boom. A terrifying explosion occurred, destroying all the surrounding buildings. The palace of the Ilbara's empire was also destroyed by this impact, and several huge buildings. After a while, the smoke of the explosion dissipated, and the 12 holy shields were safe and sound. A huge magic shield appeared around the bodies of several people. It was the Magic King August who used the protective shield to block Uchiha Zanyan's massive Rasengan at the critical moment. Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan was also a little surprised. Although the massive Rasengan was not his strongest attack, it was also one of his powerful moves. The Magic King August could actually block his massive Rasengan so easily. This old guy is extraordinary. This also made Uchiha Zanyan interested. Uchiha Zanyan clenched his fist. Fire, wind, water, 3 kinds of dragon power wrapped around Uchiha Zanyan's hand. Dragon power. Several people immediately felt the powerful dragon power in Uchiha Zanyan's hand. Uchiha Zanyan's claws slapped the protective shield. Boom. The entire capital was shaking violently. Cracks appeared on the Magic King's protective shield, and the Magic King August's face turned pale. Together. We can't let this guy leave alive. The protective shield collapsed. Condensation. Inbal waved his hand, and a cold air wrapped around Uchiha Zanyan's body, freezing Uchiha Schwanten's body. A vibration appeared, and the ice that condensed Uchiha Zanyan was instantly shattered. Sand Giant Soldier. Agile created a giant monster with sand, and the monster raised its fist high and smashed towards Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan clenched his fist and went straight to meet it. Boom. The arm of the Sand Giant Soldier exploded. Ice Slavery. A collar appeared around Uchiha Zanyan's neck, and the collar was connected to the middle of his chest by a chain. BEFC. Inbal said lightly. The guy who was hit by this move of mine will be deprived of the ability to think and will be controlled. Uchiha Yan clenched his hand. Crack. The collar and chain broke apart. Advertisement. What? Inbal couldn't believe that the other party had actually broken free from the ice slavery. He should have been controlled by him after using this move. Uchiha Zanyan looked at Inbal and said calmly, you actually want to enslave me. Uchiha Zanyan felt very unhappy that Inbal made a collar for him. He hadn't been so unhappy for a long time. If he was unhappy, someone must be unlucky. Boom. Uchiha Zanyan burst out with powerful magic power. Ice Absolute Divine Cloth. Inbal immediately launched his strongest move, and an ice armor appeared outside his body. This is an armor made of ice from the demon world that can condense everything. It has powerful defense and attack power. Everything it touches will be condensed and shattered in an instant. Inbal rushed towards Uchiha Zanyan, touching Uchiha Zanyan with his palm, intending to freeze Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan looked at Inbal and launched his pupil technique at the same time. Open hollow corner bracket Amaterasu close hollow corner bracket. The black flames burned on Inbal's body, and the armor made of the demonic ice on Inbal's body that could freeze everything was slowly melting. What? Inbal was a little confused. What kind of flame could melt his armor? Inbal immediately increased his magic power to freeze the black flames, but the black flames were not frozen at all, but the melting speed was reduced a little. Buzz. Uchiha Zanyan clenched his fists, and the vibration force wrapped around his fists, and a white spherical light shield appeared outside his fists. Uchiha Zanyan smashed at Inbal. Exclamation mark quote. Crack, crack. The air was cracked. Boom, boom, boom. The ground cracked, and the shock wave rushed towards Inbal, who raised his arms to block it. Although he was shocked that the black flames could melt the ice of the demon world, the ice absolute divine cloth still had a strong defensive power. Crack, crack. The shock wave hit Inbal, and the armor on Inbal's body was cracked, and it shattered in an instant. How is it possible? Inbal couldn't believe that his strongest magic was so easily destroyed by the opponent. Advertisement. Chapter 389 Roar. Advertisement. Crack. Uchiha Zanyan shattered the fourth dragon-killing magic crystal, and a powerful dragon force burst out from his body again. This time it was a yellowish-brown light, the heart of the earth dragon. The magic power on Uchiha Zanyan's body made the earth tremble violently, and Uchiha Zanyan suddenly had a lot more insights into earth magic. The fire, wind, and water that were shattered before were the same. The dragon is undoubtedly the darling of this world. As long as it is an adult dragon, almost all of them have the combat power of the four emperors of One Piece, and the Dragon King, the comprehensive strength is even higher than the four emperors. What are the four emperors? They are the four strongest among countless pirates. In addition to their strong talents, they also need to practice hard. As for the dragon, they are born with such qualifications, and perhaps they also need to practice hard. But the starting point is different. The difference is not much different from the difference between humans and ants. Uchiha Zanyan felt his magic power increasing, and his heart was increasing. His heart was like a furnace, containing all kinds of powerful magic power. The heart was evolving rapidly, which was a kind of sublimation of life. It was an evolution from low-level life to higher-level life. At this time, he also felt the benefits of swallowing the Demon King Muzan. Although Demon Slayer is a low-level martial arts world, whether it is breathing methods or evil spirits, it is no less valuable than the high-level martial arts world. The Demon King Muzan is the biggest treasure. Uchiha Zanyan can have the current strength, which has a lot to do with Muzan. When he was in the ninja world and venturing into other worlds, he encountered many dangerous things, especially venturing into other worlds, which was the most risky. There were several fatal injuries. It was because of the characteristics of evil spirits that he could survive tenaciously to this day. Muzan has amazing evolutionary potential, as if he can evolve from a bug to a dragon. He is evolving now, and his body is transforming into a real dragon. To be honest, Uchiha Zanyan's strength has been worked hard step by step until now. Advertisement. He collected various ninjutsu useful to him in the ninja world, and learned ninjutsu and ninja fighting skills from Orochimaru. The improvement of strength is a step-by-step improvement. When has it been so good to improve like now? The heart of the dragon is the source of the dragon's magic and the most core component of the dragon. He now feels like he is taking drugs to become stronger. Taking drugs to become stronger is a fantasy that only exists in immortal novels, and now it has actually come true. It can only be said that the world of magic is really full of wonders, and it is not in vain that he has spent so much time in this world. Then the arm retracted. Different space. But, space magic. Jack was outside before, and the 12 shields of the Holy Guard were rarely in the palace on weekdays. Most of the time, they were guarding one side. The Western continent is so large that there are naturally many resistance forces. Several people suddenly felt their hearts tighten, as if they were stared at by some terrifying monster. A crack appeared in the air, and then a hand stretched out from the crack. How much money can you make in a day by teleporting to deliver parcels? Crack. The Magic King August said in a heavy tone, she has been killed. This guy suddenly attacked, and I didn't even have time to stop him. This is not rare in the magic world, such as Urza's former companion, the guy Hugh, who has similar magic. A pair of blood-red eyes appeared in the broken crack. It is called space magic. At this time, Uchiha Schwanten found that his surroundings had changed. However, since he got the Flying Thunder God technique, he is not so concerned about teleportation. Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan walked out of the broken space, and several people immediately felt like they were facing a great enemy. Seeing this scene, several people couldn't help but feel horrified, and Jack couldn't believe that his space was broken by the other party in such a short time. Jack was a little surprised. He didn't expect that Serena was killed, and even the Magic King didn't have time to stop him, so that's it. That guy has been locked up in my space, and his life and death are controlled by me. ***** 10. Agile said. It was a guy from the Ishgar continent who came here to steal the dragon-slaying magic crystal in Serena's body. Uchiha Zanyan was submerged by the flames, but he didn't feel any harm. Instead, he felt that he could swallow the fire column. So Uchiha Zanyan opened his mouth and sucked hard. A huge suction force appeared, and the fire column began to shrink rapidly. In a blink of an eye, it was all swallowed by Uchiha Zian. After swallowing it, Uchiha Zanyan felt that his magic power had actually increased, which was equivalent to adding a temporary buff. So this is how it feels when Natsu swallows the fire. Seeing Uchiha Zanyan swallow all the fire columns sent by Magic King Augustus, several people were shocked. Uchiha Zanyan took a breath, his chest bulged high, and condensed the 4 dragon powers of wind, fire, water, and earth into his throat. Not good. It's Roar 1. Magic King Augustus immediately saw the magic that Uchiha Zanyan was going to use. Quickly activate the protective shield. Roar of 4 dragons. 5. When Uchiha Zanyan was a child, he thought that was a very cool magic. Then 2 hands appeared in the crack, moving to both sides, and the space broke apart in an instant. A giant fire column appeared on the ground under Uchiha Zanyan's feet and rose into the sky, submerging Uchiha Zanyan. Melting light column. There are actually some different spaces in the ninja world, and the hypothesis of otherworld also exists in the ninja world. What? Urza's dressing magic is actually a kind of space magic in essence, and instant movement is also a kind of space magic. Evil thoughts are possessed. Although the Flying Thunder God technique has some limitations, it is much more practical than teleportation. So now there are only 3 of the 12 holy shields present, including Jack. There are only 4 people in total. No, to be precise, there are 5 people. The god Serena has been killed by Uchiha Zanyan. Where is Serena? Magic King August cast a spell, his body turned red, with white stripes on his body, and his hair stood up. Just at this moment, Jack appeared beside Inbal and the others. What's going on? Who is this guy? Advertisement. Chapter 390. Indefinite postponement of plan. Advertisement. Buzz. Swoosh. A terrifying roar burst out from Uchiha Zanyan's mouth. Boom. The terrifying roar swept through the protective shield of Magic King August. The protective shield of Magic King August had no resistance at all and exploded. Wow. The strong impact directly annihilated a huge gap in the palace of the Ilbara's empire. Finally, the roar fell on the distant mountain. Boom. It was like a nuclear bomb explosion, bursting with dazzling light. The terrifying impact of the explosion spread to the surroundings, and the entire Alba, 090, Reese Empire was shaking violently. The strong impact even destroyed the wall. After a while, the impact of the explosion subsided. The high mountain far outside the Ilbara's Empire's capital, which was called the Holy Mountain by the Ilbara's Empire, disappeared without a trace. Everyone in the Ilbara's Empire was stunned. And Agile and several others also stared with their eyes wide open in disbelief. Quote. What a terrifying power. Advertisement. Quote. Is it really a human? Uchiha Zanyan was very satisfied with the power of the roar. This roar that combined 4 kinds of dragon power was much more powerful than a single roar. This was not completely integrated yet, it was just a very rough application by Uchiha Zanyan. If it was more finely operated, the power could be improved. And, this was just a roar that combined 4 kinds of dragon power. He now had 9 dragon-killing magic crystals, and he still had 5 kinds of dragon power that had not been integrated. If all of them were integrated, 9 kinds of dragon power, Uchiha Zanyan couldn't help but tremble in his heart. He had 10 more top powers that could be comparable to Susanoo of 1,000 meters. Who knew that only a few years later, such a terrifying guy was born on the Ishgar continent? Agile was very unhappy. He was one of the 12 holy shields, but he was underestimated. What? Uchiha Zanyan looked at the terrified people and lost interest. Several people were stunned for a moment, and after a while, several people looked at the Magic King August. Impossible. After all, it is also a wizard from a continent. The other party has only fused 4 dragon-slaying magic crystals, and they have just fused them, but they already have such a powerful strength. If the other party has fused 9 dragon-slaying magic crystals, how powerful he will be, he can't imagine it. There are more than 10 people like Serena in their Ilbara's empire, and there are even stronger ones than Serena, so it is normal for them to underestimate the Ishgar continent. Agile asked Inbal, didn't the spies you arranged in Ishgar find any information about this guy? He really made a big profit this time. What's the matter with that guy? Isn't the Ishgar continent an abandoned place? Why are there such terrifying monsters? August continued. That man is too strong, so strong that no one can compare with him. Even His Majesty the Emperor is not the opponent of that man. Inbal is the governor of the Ilbara's empire. The Ilbara's empire has always been eyeing the Ishgar continent. Although they look down on the wizards of the Ishgar continent, they still have to collect intelligence on the other side if they want to attack. Advertisement. Not only that, judging from the other party's relaxed expression, the other party obviously did not use his full strength just now. Your Majesty is. Damn, I was underestimated. I don't know, but look at the emblem on the back of his hand. It is the emblem of the Fairy Tale Guild, which means he is a wizard of the Fairy Tale Guild. August said in a deep voice. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it, but this man is a real monster. 1.8. Ogas nodded and said, he has left. However, the main reason for them to give up attacking the Ishgar continent was the Emperor's disapproval, otherwise they would have flattened the Ishgar continent a few years ago. Inbal said in a deep voice. They had planned to attack the Ishgar continent a few years ago, but the Magic Council of the Ishgar continent had powerful magic elves and more pervert weapons, which made them afraid. Magic King August said in a deep voice. Let's put it on hold for the time being. We must carefully investigate the intelligence of this man. As long as this man is in the Ishgar continent, our plan to attack the Ishgar continent may be postponed indefinitely. But he never expected that the other party was such a powerful monster. Magic King Augustus said. No, he didn't look down on you. You are not worth his looking down on. Forget it, I'm just here to rob the Dragon Slayer crystal. Although your strength is not weak, it's far from enough in front of me. There's no point in fighting with you. Forget about killing people. I'm very happy today, so I'll let you go. Uchiha Zanyan said and used the Flying Thunder God technique to leave. Jack asked. Then the plan to attack the Ishgar continent. Ajir wanted to refute, but the other party was the two most powerful of the 12 shields of Magic King Augustus. 013507014 Falu 192,182,180. To be honest, when Inbal saw this information, he didn't care at all. The 10 holy wizards, in the eyes of the 12 holy shields, were like clowns. He always thought that the Ishgar continent was full of weak wizards. Even the god Serena was the strongest wizard in the Ishgar continent and the first of the 10 holy wizards. Ajie slumped on the ground. Although he was arrogant, Uchiha Zanyan gave him a great sense of oppression. Such a terrifying monster was born in the Ishgar continent. Perhaps even the black dragon Akunorlia that His Majesty fears may not be his opponent. Several people couldn't believe it. His Majesty is the legendary black magician Zirf, the magic king who has lived for more than 400 years. Inbal frowned and thought for a while and said, yes. But there is not much information. That guy joined the Fairy Tale Guild half a year ago. The only information that people can remember is that he killed Joseph Zala, one of the 10 holy wizards. Advertisement. Chapter 391. Edris. Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan didn't know that because of his intrusion into the Ilbara's empire, Ishgar continent eased a major crisis. The Ilbara's empire has always been eyeing Ishgar continent, and they don't take Ishgar's magic council seriously. Even with magic spirit power and FEIs, the Ilbara's empire is not afraid at all. With their strength, they can easily control the top leaders of the magic council. What really stopped them was just a word from His Majesty the Emperor. His Majesty the Emperor did not allow it, so there was no invasion. Uchiha Zanyan began to return to Fairy Tale. This time he really gained too much, all thanks to the devouring evolution energy of the Ghost King's body. Let him evolve into a real magic source. His body's rapid evolution also reached a bottleneck for a while. In short, he was a little full. After knocking 4 Dragon Slayer magic crystals at once, even he was a little overwhelmed. He needed to digest it for a while before eating the next one. The dragon power of the 4 dragon-killing magic crystals of earth, fire, wind and water made him stand at the top of the world's wizards. However, he knew that his magic power could be said to be the top, but magic was just that of a magic apprentice. Like Jura, who obviously showed a very high level of magic, he could continue to learn and improve. This feeling was really good. Uchiha Zanyan returned to Fairy Tale after several consecutive Flying Thunder God techniques. It took a little time to go there, but it didn't take long. He flew there and just left this morning. It only took a few seconds to come back. Just when Uchiha Zanyan happily returned to the Fairy Tale Guild, the scene in front of him made him a little confused. He was now in a desert, surrounded by uninhabited people, without any towns or people. Is my teleport location wrong? Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan immediately suspected that his teleport location was wrong. He always had a good habit of positioning wherever he went. However, he didn't locate much in this world. Uchiha Zanyan explored the location again. It's right here, what the hell? Uchiha Zanyan looked in the direction of the voice and saw a man who covered himself tightly. Who do you think you are? The hot magma burned his skin and it was very painful. Mr. Gang knelt on the ground and gasped, sweat kept flowing down, and his body kept shaking. Just now he felt as if his body was really in the magma. He did not like the high-level officials of Konoha village, but he did not want to destroy Konoha village. No, you have to promise me, otherwise I. At this time, a voice sounded, Uchiha Zanyan. Send me over, I promise not to destroy that world, otherwise don't blame me for controlling you with illusion, you know I have that ability. Okay, I'll take you over. Quote. He was a master of illusion, but he could not solve Uchiha Zanyan's illusion. Yan's illusion. Uchiha Zanyan couldn't help but frown when he heard what Mr. Gang said. Hearing what Mr. Gang said, he remembered that there was such a plot. Mr. Gang was a little speechless, and he didn't expect Uchiha Zanyan's character to be so domineering. Uchiha Zanyan was a little confused. He checked the location and found that this was Magnolia Town. 263. What happened? Where is the town? Where is Fairy Tail? Uchiha Zanyan activated Sharingan, and Mr. Gang's body trembled. He felt like he was suddenly in the hot magma. Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan neither agreed nor refused. He promised the 4th Hokage not to attack Konoha village because the 4th Hokage had done him a favor and he also grew up in Konoha village. It depends on the situation. Quote. Mr. Gang knew that Uchiha Zanyan had made the biggest concession. The man was Mr. Gang. Uchiha Zanyan had only met him once in the Fairy Tail Guild, so he was not very familiar with him. But if Uchiha Zanyan didn't go, the possibility of saving everyone in the guild would be greatly reduced. Swish. Illusion. Mr. Gang. The surrounding magma disappeared in an instant. Could it be that Fairy Tail and the entire city were destroyed while he was away? Mr. Gang was entangled in this point. He knew something about Uchiha Zanyan's strength. This is a real monster. What's going on? Why did the city disappear? Uchiha Zanyan said. You hurry up, I don't have much patience. Uchiha Zanyan said and walked in. Soon, Uchiha Zanyan came to another world. This world looked beautiful, with many islands floating in the air. Otherworld, if others came to Otherworld, they would feel very novel, but Uchiha Zanyan had already gotten used to it. He didn't know how many other worlds he had been to. If it was a weekday, he would be interested in strolling around New World, but he didn't have the leisure time now. He had just left for half a day, but his house was robbed. This feeling made him very unhappy. Urza was his woman, Makarov was his magic teacher, and many people in the guild were his companions. These people were turned into magic by others. Uchiha Zanyan's expression was very calm, but a surge of anger had risen in his heart, and his rare good mood was ruined. If Uchiha Zanyan went there to cause damage, the entire Edla's kingdom might be destroyed. Natsu and Wendy have gone there. Lucy and Gajil have also been sent there by me, and I can also send you there, but Uchiha Zanyan, I hope you don't cause too much damage and killing. Mr. Gang inserted the magic wand into the ground, activated the magic, and soon a space channel appeared. Sorry. This is caused by another world, Edla's. I have tried my best to stop it, but this time the anima is too big and I can't stop it. Uchiha Zanyan's illusion was too terrible, just like the real world, and his skin still felt the burning pain. Mr. Gang endured the pain and said, everyone in the guild and the whole city have all turned into magic crystals. I need to reverse Armani to transform Fairy Tail and Magnolia Town back. Advertisement. Chapter 392, Magic Power. Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan sensed it and immediately sensed a coordinate nearby. Whoosh. Uchiha Zanyan disappeared, and when he reappeared, he was already in a house with many people in the house, and the faces of these people looked very familiar. Who is it? These people were shocked when they saw Uchiha Zanyan. Zanyan. Brother Zanyan. When Natsu and Wendy saw this figure, they immediately showed joy on their faces. Happy also shouted happily. Great. Zanyan, you are finally here. Sha Lulu breathed a sigh of relief. As long as Uchiha Zanyan was there was no need to worry. Wendy said. Brother Zanyan, didn't you go out? Well, I just came back and saw that Magnolia Town disappeared. Sha Lulu asked curiously. How did you come to this world? It was Mist Gang who sent me here, huh? Where is this place? This is also Fairy Tail, but this is the Fairy Tale of the Edris world. Wendy said quickly. Zanyan, you are not a fairy. Brother Yan, Magnolia Town and everyone in the guild have been absorbed by the king of this world. We have to rescue them quickly, otherwise they will turn into magic power and become invisible. A girl who looks very similar to Wendy said. Although it is not good to say this to a little me, for your own safety, I advise you to give up. Those who resist King Edlas will only die. This country is so powerful. In this world, magic power is limited and will be exhausted one day. It is precisely because of this concern that the king wants to take magic for himself and issued an order to disband all wizard guilds. Although everyone rose up to resist at first, in front of the kingdom army's magic war troops, the guilds were defeated one after another, and in the end only our guild was left. Of course, we are not without any damage. More than half of our companions have also died. Even the president was killed. It's hard enough to escape, so it's best not to get close to the capital and go back to your original world. Quote. Everyone in the guild was talking at once. It was obvious that being hunted down all these years had brought these people to the brink of mental collapse. Now their magic power was insufficient. Maybe they would be caught up by the kingdom army next time and die. Please, how can we get to the capital? I'm going to rescue my companions. I will definitely rescue them. Natsu said with a firm expression. Everyone in the Fairy Tale of Edlas was a little confused. They had already talked about this. Do you still want to go? Advertisement. A girl who looked exactly like Lucy pointed in a direction and said, it will take about 5 days to walk in this direction and you can reach the capital. Really? Thank you. Zanyan, I finally know where everyone is. Let's go. At this time, the first staff headquarters of Edla's capital. It's amazing. Did you see it, Urza, that super large magic crystal? The captain of the 3rd Magic Warfare Corps, Zeus, stood at the window and exclaimed at the huge magic crystal in the distance. I saw it when I came here, Zeus, it's so beautiful. Quote. The Urza of this world is the captain of the 2nd Magical Army, and she is serving the kingdom of Edris. That is the magic power of tens of thousands of Ace Landon people. The captain of the 4th Magical Army, Shugboy, said, well, to be precise, it should be the magic power of about 100 wizards and many other lives gathered together. Don't worry about those little things, Shugboy, I just said that this thing is very powerful. Listen carefully, when I say powerful, I don't mean ordinary powerful, but super powerful. Yeah, super powerful. At this time, a gloomy voice sounded behind the 3 people. Urza fairy tale has not been relinquished yet. Urza's face turned cold when she saw this person. The other party was the chief of staff of the kingdom army, and he was gloomy. Urza didn't like this guy's weird look. Guhu, don't disgrace the name of fairy hunting. The only remaining guild is Fairy Tail. Although they are the fastest guild, His Majesty is almost out of patience. Don't be so arrogant. The day when the goddess hunts fairies is not far away. Yes, if you want to say that, Elsa's sword is really amazing. Guhu, a voice behind Bayera said. Don't laugh so disgustingly, Bayera. Advertisement. Ponza Lily. The person who came was a tall cat man, and also the captain of the 1st Magic Combat Unit of the Kingdom Army. I don't like long-winded guys, Zeus, and you too. Zeus was unhappy. Why didn't he provoke this guy? Why am I here? You must think you are the most powerful one. Shut up, Shugboy said. Well, you are in a bad mood, Lily. Humph. Quote. Lily snorted coldly and walked away. Aluza saw something and said, he seems to be very dissatisfied with the recent military reinforcement. Shugboy wondered. As a soldier, he should be happy. Speaking of which, our country has basically unified the world, and there is no reason to strengthen the military on this basis. This is a fact. Well, isn't there still a small amount of resistance, Li Laohao left? Single quote. If that's enough for us, right? I don't understand. This is a super difficult topic. I don't understand it at all. The main hall of the Edris Palace. Your Majesty. Your Majesty. According to the original plan, magic power can be extracted from the huge magic crystal in 4 days. The chief of staff of the kingdom army, Coco, ran to King Faust of Edris to report the situation of the magic crystal. Not enough. Excuse me, Your Majesty, that magic crystal contains the magic power of the entire magic city of Ace Landon, which is enough for our country to use in the next 10 years. Faust slowly stood up and opened his arms. My great kingdom of Edlis needs more than limited magic power. What I pursue is eternity. It is endless magic. Advertisement. Chapter 393, Royal Capital. Advertisement. On the other side, Uchiha Zan Yan had already led Natsu and several others to the capital. The journey took 5 days, and that was calculated by walking. Uchiha Zan Yan had no time to delay on the road for so long after his house was robbed. Uchiha Zan Yan directly used the light and heavy rock technique to fly Natsu and Wendy to the capital. Wow. Fly. Yes. Fly. Natsu and Wendy experienced real flying for the first time. Before, Happy and Sha Lulu took them to fly. The 10th time they really flew by themselves made them very excited. Happy said. This is also the first time I have experienced flying without wings. Sha Lulu was a little confused. Zan Yan, how can you use magic here? Yes. Zan Yan, how can you still use magic? Natsu remembered this when he heard Sha Lulu's words, and asked Uchiha Zan Yan with a surprised look on his face. Yes, brother Zan Yan, we can't use magic in this world. Wendy was also curious. It was really awkward for a wizard to be unable to use magic. Me too, I always feel that my wings are not right. Harpy and Sha Lulu also felt something was wrong when they came to this world. I can't use magic with 130 now, but magic is just one of my powers, and it doesn't affect me much if I can't use magic. Uchiha Zan Yan tried to use his magic power. Fortunately, magic can still be used. Human magic is the result of the mutual resonance between human magic and natural magic. The natural magic power in this world is too thin, and the rules of the world have changed a bit, which makes magic unusable. Dragons are different. Dragons attribute their great power to themselves. The external environment has little effect on dragons. The main reason why Natsu and Wendy feel awkward and can't use their power is that their magic power is still human magic, not dragon power. And Uchiha Zan Yan was able to exert dragon power when he first buried the dragon-slaying magic crystal. But that was transformed by borrowing the Dragon Slayer magic crystal. Now it is no longer needed. He can exert the power of the dragon by himself. And it is the purest dragon power. His current body is still human except for the appearance. It is not an exaggeration to say that he is a real dragon. Not magic. Wendy and Sha Lulu were a little curious. Advertisement. Natsu and Happy just remembered that although Uchiha Zan Yan is a wizard now, he was not a wizard not long ago. Happy explained. When Zan Yan just joined Fairy Tail, he did not use magic because Zan Yan did not awaken the magic source. Zan Yan used ninjutsu, which is similar to magic, but completely different. What? Are there other powers? Wendy and Sha Lulu were surprised. Well, wait a minute. Uchiha Zan Yan sensed something and said. What's wrong? Zan Yan, I sensed a spell mark. Uchiha Zanyan said as he grabbed Natsu and Wendy, who were holding Happy and Charlu. Swoosh. Several people disappeared in the air in an instant. At this time, on a street in a town in Edris. Come here. Let me go. You must be Lucy. It's me, but why did you arrest me? The soldier of the kingdom army grabbed Lucy's arm and tried to take her away. You hurt me, really? Tien revolving heaven Scorpio gate. Scorpion. Lucy took out the key of the zodiac and launched an attack. Lucy's luck was really good, just like the chosen one. In the mission to defeat the 6 demon generals, she did nothing and got a reward of 1 million J for nothing, which solved her urgent need for rent. She also got 3 keys of the zodiac and several silver keys. This Scorpio was obtained from the 6 demon generals' angel. A scorpion-tailed cool guy appeared. Desert hurricane. A violent sandstorm appeared. Oh 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 oh. Woo ah 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 ah. All the kingdom army was blown away by the sandstorm. Really? You were so rude to a girl. Quote. Swoosh. Uchiha Zanyan appeared with Natsu, Wendy, and Habita Lulu. Lucy. This is our Lucy, right? Natsu and Wendy were both surprised to see Lucy. They had seen Lucy in the fairy tale of this world, so they were a little suspicious of this Lucy. When Lucy saw Uchiha Zanyan and the others, she immediately showed a happy expression and flew over. I missed you so much. This is Lucy from our guild. Seeing Lucy like this, Natsu and the others immediately confirmed that this was Lucy from their guild. At this time, many kingdom soldiers heard the noise and ran over here. Advertisement. Don't try to escape. Catch them. Natsu. Get rid of them quickly. Lucy commanded Natsu to fight as usual. We can't use magic. Quote. Why can you use magic? How should I know? Uchiha Zanyan looked at the kingdom soldiers rushing over. Buzz. The terrifying conqueror's hockey pressed towards the kingdom soldiers. Bang bang bang. All the kingdom soldiers passed out one after another with their eyes rolled back and foam coming out of their mouths. Zanyan is the most reliable. Okay, there is no time to chat now, we should go and save everyone in the guild. Quote. Uchiha Zanyan said, and added the light and heavy rock technique to Lucy. Several people flew towards the capital of Edris together. Lucy also told how she was able to avoid being swallowed by Anima because of her time Karakura star spirit. When she came back, she was left alone in a desolate wilderness, and then Mistgang appeared, and finally threw her into this world. Mistgang again. Who is that guy? Several people were puzzled. They had never seen Mistgang Naz before, because he always gave everyone to hypnosis when he came to the guild to take tasks. Uchiha Zanyan knew Mistgang's identity, but he couldn't tell him his identity at this time. After all, it was easy to say, but it was too troublesome to explain. He would not do things that would cause trouble for himself. Advertisement. Chapter 394. Start big first. Advertisement. On the way, Wendy and Happy also explained the situation of this world to Lucy. Lucy didn't expect that there was a fairy tale in this world, and there was a Lucy who looked exactly like her, and Urza in this world was actually an enemy. This was far beyond her expectations. Soon, under the flight conditions, the journey that originally took 5 days took only more than an hour for several people to arrive at the capital of Edris. Is this the capital of Edris? What's going on? What a surprise. I heard that this country is under a dictatorship, and I thought it would be a lifeless city. Completely different from Loan, this place is like an amusement park. Magical items can be seen everywhere on the streets of this capital, display boards, street lights, and many facilities that do not need to use magic at all use magic. All the magic power taken from various countries and guilds has been concentrated in this capital. In order to win the support of the people, such an entertainment city was built. It is simply a waste of magic power. Sha Lulu felt very unhappy when she saw this. Although this is her hometown, she really can't stand this kind of waste of magic power. What should we do now? Should we attack the palace immediately? Naz rubbed his fists. Although he couldn't use magic now, he had to rescue his companions even with his fists. Sha Lulu said, how can you be so reckless? Uchiha Zanyan nodded and said, well, attack the palace directly. This is the fastest and simplest way. Wait, Edris is a powerful country that unified the whole world. How can it defeat 10 countries with just a few people? Sha Lulu immediately dissuaded her. It was simply a fantasy that a few people were going to attack a country. No, not a few people, but me alone. Quote. One person. Natsu and Wendy can't use magic yet, Lucy. Uchiha Zanyan didn't continue, but several people could understand what Uchiha Xuanyan Shenshin meant. Quote. Lucy. Several people couldn't help but sigh, it would be great if they could use magic, but it was Lucy who used magic. Hey, I'm also very strong. Lucy was not happy. After joining the Fairy Tale Guild, her strength has also improved greatly. She has collected all 9 keys of the Zodiac, which is simply a miracle. You know, there are only 2 keys of the Zodiac in the whole world. Advertisement. She has been practicing very hard recently, but there are too many monsters around her, which makes her strength seem so insignificant. In the mission, she is responsible for playing the role of soy sauce. Yeah, you are very strong, then you go to rescue everyone in the guild. Uchiha Zanyan stepped down and asked Lucy to help. I said I don't know. Sha Lulu was a little helpless. If Uchiha Zanyan could still use magic, she would not be worried, because Uchiha Zanyan showed a powerful dragon-killing magic when dealing with the 6 demon generals. Uchiha Zanyan raised his palm, and a huge Rasengan with a diameter of 10 meters appeared in Uchiha Zanyan's hand. Several people were surprised. They didn't expect that everyone in the guild was placed on that floating sky island. Wait, Zanyan, do you see where everyone in the guild is? Uchiha Zanyan didn't count on Mr. Gang. He wanted to rescue the members of the Fairy Tail Guild in his own way. Please give me flowers 0. Natsu also wanted to save everyone. Wendy said to Sha Lulu. Although her strength has improved, she still knows her own strength. The other party has absorbed so many wizards from the Fairy Tail Guild. If she goes up alone, she will be sending herself to death. Lucy and Happy also hurriedly followed. Others may doubt Uchiha Zanyan's strength, but they will not. Now Uchiha Zanyan can't use magic, and it doesn't know whether Uchiha Zanyan can compete with the kingdom of Edris without using magic. Uchiha Zanyan pointed to an island floating above the capital and said, I sensed it a long time ago. Everyone is on that floating sky island. Mr. Gang said he would handle it, but I don't have the patience. How to restore everyone? Ask the culprit who turned the city into a magic crystal and you will know. After saying that, Uchiha Zanyan walked towards the palace of Edris. Advertisement. Quote. Uchiha Zanyan is a monster among monsters. You use such a big one right at the beginning. 5. The king of Edris is so excessive that he turned all his companions into magic. He wants to see how these guys are severely beaten by Uchiha Zanyan. Damn it, how can you use magic in this world? Of course, it has a tunnel in its memory that can lead to the palace. She originally thought of the strategy of catching the thief first, but looking at Uchiha Zanyan's appearance, it doesn't matter how it persuades Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan walked towards the Edris palace. It can only follow and see, and wait for Uchiha Zanyan to hit a wall, and then he would implement the second plan. Forget it. I'd better just cheer and support. Soon, Xia Xuanyan arrived in front of the palace gate. But now it can only count on Uchiha Zanyan. Then how can we change everyone back? If a person wants to challenge a country, how could Natsu miss such a scene? Although he can't fight now, his other howl just likes to fight. Sha Lulu, let's follow too. Quote. Looking at the magnificent palace, Uchiha Zanyan's mouth twitched. He seemed to be in conflict with the palace today. This was the second palace he saw today. What? Of course, that would be too cruel. After all, there are still many ordinary people in this capital. If Uchiha Zanyan roared and fell, the entire capital would be destroyed. That was a terrifying magic that annihilated the entire endless sea of trees. If that blow fell on the capital of Edris, it could completely destroy the capital of Edris. Advertisement. Chapter 395 I'm here. Advertisement. No, this is the smallest of my moves. Uchiha Zanyan said seriously. Hey, who is it? Boom. Wow. Now they are all cowards who dare to resist. If they dare to resist, they will be wiped out. How many people are there in total, and who are they? We saw Natsu from Fairy Tail and Lucy from Fairy Tail, and 2 people I don't know. 4 people. Catch them all. Yes, it's just 4 people. His country doesn't know how many soldiers there are. Even if they use magic bullets to attack, the other party doesn't have much magic power to release such an attack. At this time, the gate of the royal capital has been destroyed by Big Ball Rasengan. Soon, a large number of soldiers rushed out, and when they saw Uchiha Zanyan, they immediately raised their weapons and aimed at Uchiha Zanyan. Shoot. The soldiers of the kingdom army kept shooting magic bullets at Uchiha Zanyan. Bang, boom, boom, boom. The dense magic bullets bombarded Uchiha Zanyan, and Uchiha Zanyan stood in place and was constantly bombarded. Brother Zanyan. Wendy was a little worried. Sha Lulu's face was also very ugly. What's going on? Isn't this guy very fast? He should be able to easily dodge this kind of attack. Natsu, Lucy and Happy were not panicked at all, and were very calm. Lucy said, don't worry, even magic that is 100 times more powerful than this can't hurt Uchiha Zanyan. After a while, the kingdom army stopped shooting. Humph, you dared to attack the Edris palace, this is the end. Quote. The smoke slowly dissipated, and Chen Li Bo Zan's figure appeared in the same place as before. Uchiha Zanyan simply gathered the power of the dragon, and the magic bullet hit him, and Uchiha Zanyan felt as if he was hit by a balloon. Advertisement. Is this the dragon's resistance to human magic? Uchiha Zanyan could feel that his body was evolving every moment, and his skin could now easily resist human magic like the dragon's scales. This is just the beginning, and it won't be long before his skin may be more resistant than dragon scales. It's boring. Quote. If I said that I was bullying the 6 demon generals and others, I was not even bullying these people. Uchiha Zanyan made a seal with one hand. Open hollow corner bracket water style big waterfall technique close hollow corner bracket. Uchiha Zanyan spit out a flood like a waterfall from his mouth. Wow. Woo wow. The terrifying water flow washed away all the soldiers of the kingdom army. Boom. The palace shook again, and many buildings were washed down by the water flow. What happened? In the combat meeting room, the builder Faust, several captains of the magic war team, and the chief of staff all felt the vibration again, which made the king Faust a little unhappy. Quote. Backslash. Backslash. Quote. Invaders, just 4 people have not been dealt with yet, what a waste. Your Majesty, let me get rid of the invaders. Fairy Tail originally belongs to my hunting range. Urza Knight Boca, the captain of the second unit of the Magic War team, said. Suddenly, a voice sounded. No need, I have found it myself. Quote. Everyone's face changed when they heard the voice, and they immediately took a fighting stance and looked in the direction of the voice. Advertisement. I saw a young, handsome man sitting at the window of the conference room. Chief of Staff Bairo shouted at Uchiha Zanyan, who are you? Do you know that attacking His Majesty the King is a capital crime? Capital crime. Hee. Uchiha Zanyan couldn't help but smile when he heard Bairo's words. Capital crime. If you want to say that the people who committed the capital crime should be you, while I was not in the guild, you used magic to suck away everyone in the town and the guild and turned them into magic crystals. You are the wizard of Ace Land and Fairy Tail. Everyone immediately understood the origin of Uchiha Zanyan when they heard what Uchiha Zanyan said. Yes. Now, restore Fairy Tail immediately, or don't blame me for being rude. Impossible. They have turned into magic. There is no way to restore them. Besides, this is my magic. I am not discussing with you, but ordering. Kill him. King Faust gave the order directly. Swish. A sword was directly placed on King Faust's 1.6 neck. Shugboy, what are you doing? Others couldn't help shouting when they saw this scene. The one who took action was Shugboy, the captain of the 4th Magic Warfare Corps. At this time, Shugboy's eyes were a little dull, and the whole person was controlled by Uchiha Zanyan's illusion. What now? Uchiha Zanyan said with a slight smile on his face. You controlled Shugboy. Aluza Knight Boca immediately understood that this was the other party's trick. Shugboy was her colleague, and she knew that the other party would definitely not betray the kingdom of Edris. Uchiha Zanyan admitted openly, yes, I controlled this man. By the way, not only can I control this man, I can also control all of you. Advertisement. Chapter 396. It's too late. Advertisement. Everyone felt a chill in their hearts when they heard this. Kill him. King Faust shouted loudly. Don't worry about me. Kill him. The other people hesitated when they heard this. After all, King Faust's life and death were still in the hands of the other party. If they took action. Uchiha Zanyan shook his head helplessly. Really, I just don't want to kill more people because of someone's reason, but you treat me as weak. It seems that I have to make you suffer a little. Swish. Several people felt that the environment around them suddenly changed and turned into a lava hell. Several people were bound by chains and couldn't move. What is going on? What kind of magic is this? This is an illusion, and this space is also my illusion space. Chief of Staff Bairo said. Illusion. Then don't worry, illusions are all fake. Puff. A chain fell rapidly downwards, and Bairo fell into the boiling magma. 14 inches. Ah. No. Advertisement. Chief of Staff Bairo immediately shouted in fear. Ah. Single quote. That's when I realized that souls also have lifespans. After their souls disappeared, I checked the bodies of those people again, those people were all dead. It turns out that when the soul dies, the person dies. Later, I did some experiments, putting the souls of different people back to their original bodies, and those people died early. And the soul can actually be restored, but the speed is relatively slow. For example, the time you just died, it takes about 3 months to recover, which essentially consumes 3 months of life. Several people looked at Uchiha Zanyan in horror, as if they were looking at a terrifying demon. By the way, the soul strength of different people is also different. Some people with high soul strength can last longer, and those with low soul strength will soon be annihilated. I don't know how long you can last. Don't worry about the time. One day here is actually only 1 minute outside. Uchiha Zanyan said, snapping his fingers. Several people felt their bodies empty, and then fell quickly again. No. Wah. Let go. Let me go. Your Majesty. Promise him. Uchiha Zanyan ignored him. He was angry now. He would not vent his anger unless he made these guys lose 10 or 8 years of life and punished them properly. Advertisement. After a while, several people were resurrected. At this time, several people were already somewhat mentally sluggish. The continuous pain that penetrated into the bone marrow was more painful than death. Let go. I'll let them go immediately. King Faust couldn't hold on any longer. The old man was in good spirits, but he was just an ordinary person after all. He had lived a life of luxury and had never endured such pain. No, you haven't been punished enough. If you had agreed to restore everything at the beginning, I would have let you go. Now it's too late. What? Devil, you are the devil. Devil, although I can't be called a good person, I have never used the people of a city as magic. Compared to me, your behavior is more like a devil, right? Opening square bracket quote. Mercy is reserved for merciful people, and you should be more cruel to cruel people than they are. There are tens of thousands of people in Magnolia Town, so it's enough for you to die tens of thousands of times. Tens of thousands of times. Several people were shocked when they heard this. Let alone tens of thousands of times, they felt that they would die if it happened again. Dia. Uchiha Zanyan snapped his fingers. When several people heard this voice, their hearts trembled. Just when they thought they were about to fall into the magma, the surrounding environment changed and turned into the top of a snow-capped iceberg. The change between the extremely hot and extremely cold environment made several people tremble. It's not good to always be in the magma. This time, I'll change the way you die and let you slowly freeze to death. Don't worry, it will be much better this time. As long as people are frozen, they won't feel cold. After Uchiha Zanyan finished speaking, the cold wind on the top of the mountain blew, and several people shivered constantly, and their teeth kept colliding. After a while, several people were all frozen. Uchiha Zanyan tapped lightly with his fingers, and several people turned into ice cubes and shattered. Advertisement. Chapter 397 Monster. Advertisement. When they woke up again, they found themselves back in the conference room, and Uchiha Zanyan was sitting on the window as if at the beginning. Q. 0*3. Great, great. The people were excited to see the familiar environment. They were tortured by Uchiha Zanyan before, and they were worse off than dead. At this time, Urza's expression changed, her eyes became fierce, and she raised the weapon in her hand and stabbed Uchiha Zanyan. Suddenly, the weapon in Urza's hand disappeared, and a spear pierced Urza's abdomen directly, pinning Urza to the wall. Ah, wow. Do you think you have left my world? Or do you think you can kill me if you return to the original world? Then I will give you a chance. Snap. Uchiha Zanyan snapped his fingers. The surrounding environment did not change at all, but the chests of their bodies pierced by weapons disappeared. At this time, they did not know whether they were still in the opponent's illusion. The opponent's illusion was too terrible. Uchiha Zanyan smiled and said, "Don't worry, I have lifted the illusion, you can attack at will." Aluza Nightwalker gritted her teeth and started immediately. No matter how powerful the enemy was, it was absolutely impossible for her to give up like this. Even if she died, she would never admit defeat. Explosion gun. The weapon in Urza Nightwalker's hand changed. Sure enough, the weapon changed. Her weapon would not deceive her. She really returned to the original world. Aluza Nightwalker directly attacked Uchiha Zanyan with the weapon. Uchiha Zanyan smiled and raised his finger, tapping Urza Nightboka's weapon. Boom. A violent explosion broke out on Urza Nightboka's spear. Advertisement. Several people looked expectant when they saw this scene. Urza Nightboka's weapon, the Ten Commandments spear, was a super powerful magic weapon. It would be great if Urza could kill this guy. Yes, although it is Urza from a different world, Urza's character is still so decisive and unwilling to admit defeat. Uchiha Zanyan's voice sounded in the smoke, and several people's hearts skipped a beat when they heard this voice. Looking in the direction of Uchiha Zanyan, they saw that Uchiha Zanyan blocked Urza's Ten Commandments spear with one finger. No, this is impossible. Shugboy couldn't believe that someone could block Urza's attack with just a finger. This must be an illusion. We are still in an illusion. Shoes also shouted in horror. He was the first to beg for mercy. The opponent's illusion was too terrible. Chief of Staff Bairo said with an ugly face, "Damn it. This guy is still lying to us. No, it's not an illusion. This is my weapon, I can feel it." Quote. At this time, Urza spoke with a serious face. It's not an illusion. When they heard Urza say it was not an illusion, several people were not happy at all. If it was not an illusion, it meant that the opponent really blocked the attack of Urza's Ten Commandments spear. Ding. Urza Nightboka's spear stabbed Uchiha Zanyan's body but did not pierce Uchiha Zanyan's body. Instead, it made a sound like iron colliding. Everyone was shocked to see Uchiha Zanyan swallow all the ice and fire from Urza Nightboka. Urza Nightboka changed the form of the spear again, and her body quickly bypassed Uchiha Zanyan's back and stabbed Uchiha Zanyan's heart. Sure enough, we are still in the environment. Uchiha Zanyan possesses the power of Fire Dragon and Water Dragon. Ice itself is just a change of water. Swallowing ice magic is very easy for water dragons. Zeus shouted in horror. Quote. Swallowed. Uchiha Zanyan opened his mouth and swallowed the laser. Boom, good rumble. Wow. Seeing that her attack was ineffective, Urza Nightboka was also anxious. Ice Flame Spear. Although it was known that Ace Langdon had unlimited magic power in his body and could use magic without magic props, it had never been heard that he could eat magic. Gravity Spear. Uchiha Zanyan casually slapped it. Advertisement. Although the others did not shout as loudly as Zeus, their expressions of fear were still evident on their faces. Uchiha Zanyan felt that his magic power had received a very small bonus. There was nothing he could do. Who made him have such a high quality of dragon power? This level of magic was dispensable to him. The spear head in Urza Nightboka's hand turned into a cannon barrel and shot a laser at Uchiha Zanyan. Vacuum Spear. I actually swallowed all the ice and fire. Huh, cold and hot, it feels very good. Quote. Urza Nightboka condensed a black gravity ball in front of the spear head and shot it at Uchiha Zanyan. Boom. The long spear in Urza Nightboka's hand turned into two short spears, releasing ice and fire attacks. Uchiha Zanyan opened his mouth, and all the ice and fire were swallowed by Uchiha Zanyan. The vacuum bullet bombarded Uchiha Zanyan had no effect. Monster. Monster. Urza Nightboka was stunned for a moment and continued to attack, firing a vacuum bullet from the spear in her hand. The gravity ball fell on the building next to it and smashed it directly. Shoes was the first to despair. The other party must not let go, otherwise how could humans swallow ice magic and fire magic? What? Sonic Spear. Light Particle Spear. The black gravity ball was directly slapped away by Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan also had the Light Dragon Slayer crystal buried in his body. Light attributed magic like laser was no different from fire to him. Advertisement. Chapter 398. Resistance. Advertisement. Holy Spear Holy Stone World. Oh. Urza Nightwalker roared and used the strongest form of her Ten Commandments spear, rushing towards Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan smiled and stood there. Swish. Urza Nightwalker's strongest attack was blocked almost silently. Everyone was stunned, and saw Uchiha Zanyan gently clamp the blade of the Ten Commandments spear with 2 fingers of his left hand. The Ten Commandments spear did not move at all. What? How is this possible? Buzz. A vibration force appeared. Cracks appeared on the Ten Commandments spear, and then the cracks were densely spread all over the Ten Commandments spear. Huh. The Ten Commandments spear shattered and fell to the floor. The holy spear, holy stone whirled actually. Aluza Nightwalker couldn't believe that her weapon was made by the world's top craftsman, but it was broken so easily by the opponent. Uchiha Zanyan grabbed Urza Nightwalker's neck with one hand. Oh 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 ah ah ah. Panza Lily roared, and a huge long sword appeared in his hand. The huge long sword slashed at Uchiha Zanyan's neck from behind Uchiha Zanyan. Panza Lily had actually been waiting for an opportunity to help Urza Nightwalker attack Uchiha Zanyan. Ding. What? Uchiha Zanyan stood still, raised a finger and easily blocked Panza Lily's giant sword, and the blade was broken. Uchiha Zanyan exuded a powerful conqueror's haki. Several people suddenly felt a terrifying pressure, which gave birth to endless fear in their hearts. To be honest, it's easy for me to kill you. I can destroy this capital with just a wave of my hand, but I don't want to kill innocent people, so I didn't do it. Advertisement. Now restore everyone to their original state. King Faust said with a look of panic. Yes. Yes, I know, I will do it immediately. Go. If I don't see everyone in the guild restored to their original state after 10 minutes, don't blame me for blood-bathing the entire palace. Uchiha Zanyan said lightly. King Faust left immediately after hearing this. After leaving the meeting room, Faust's face immediately changed, becoming extremely sinister. Come here, your majesty. Hurry up and prepare Doroma Anum. That's forbidden technique. Article 23 of the Kingdom Charter. The soldiers were all shocked when they heard the king's words. Doroma Anum is forbidden technique. King Faust's eyes were red and he roared with a ferocious face. Hurry up and prepare. Yes. At this time, King Faust left the meeting room, but no one else left, because Uchiha Zanyan did not allow them to leave. It seems that your majesty finally chose to resist. Uchiha Zanyan smiled slightly and said, what is Doroma Anum? What? Everyone trembled when they heard this. Urza looked at Uchiha Zanyan and asked, where did you hear this name? I just heard it. Your king seems to be ready to use it against me. Uchiha Zanyan looked relaxed. This made several people tremble in their hearts. They didn't expect that His Majesty the King actually planned to use that weapon. The most important thing was that this guy actually knew it. I admire your courage to resist, but you are just ordinary people after all. Even if you can use magic weapons, you are just ordinary people. Several people did not refute, because they had just tried to resist with their strongest means, but all failed. Now only His Majesty can use the forbidden technique Doroma Anum, and it is unknown whether he can defeat this monster. At this time, Uchiha Zanyan frowned, looking for death. At this time, outside the palace, a mechanical Tyrannosaurus appeared. Advertisement. As soon as the mechanical Tyrannosaurus appeared, it opened its mouth and aimed the muzzle at the floating sky island carrying a huge magic crystal in the sky. The magic crystal belongs to Edris. No one can take my magic crystal away. Faust controlled the mechanical Tyrannosaurus, and the magic power condensed towards the muzzle in the mouth, and a magic bullet from the sky shot towards the floating sky island. A figure appeared in the air. Boom. The magic bullet hit the figure and exploded. What? Faust was surprised. He didn't expect that the magic bullet he fired was actually blocked. The smoke from the explosion slowly disappeared, and Uchiha Zanyan appeared in the air. Fly. Faust was surprised. This guy could actually fly. You were looking for death. Uchiha Zanyan said lightly. He really wanted to kill now. Faust yelled. You little brat. You actually tried to take away the magic power of my great Idris. And you made me suffer so much. You still dare to underestimate my great Idris kingdom. Now I will show you how terrifying the power of Edris's top magic device, Doroma Anum, is. I will let you feel what real hell is. Dragon Rider Diffusion Cannon. The mechanical Tyrannosaurus opened up behind it, and a dense stream of magic tracking bullets shot towards Uchiha Zanyan. Boom 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 boom. The magic tracking bullets hit Uchiha Zanyan and exploded continuously. Faust saw this scene and laughed wildly. Ha 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 ha. Disappear. Disappear for me. Quote. Did it get killed? Several people in the magic war unit looked up at the sky. They certainly hoped that the monster Uchiha Zanyan would be killed. Soon, the smoke dissipated, and Uchiha Zanyan stood in the air safely, with a rib-like energy body beside him. How is it possible? This monster actually. Quote. Question mark exclamation mark quote. That was the magic shell fired by Doroma Anum. The attack power of each shell was very terrifying, and so many shells were fired at the same time, the power was even more terrifying. Even if the palace was attacked by so many magic shells, it would be destroyed by half. But the monster actually resisted it and was still safe and sound. Advertisement. Chapter 399 Reversal. Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan slowly drew his sword and chopped it casually. Swish. A huge slash came out from Uchiha Zanyan's sword. The slash passed by King Faust and cut off Doroma Anim's claws. Boom. The entire capital was cut in half by this slash, and the huge slash rushed out. Even the endless mountains surrounding the main capital were cut into 11 huge gaps. Everyone who saw this scene widened their eyes and opened their mouths in disbelief. God, what did we do to deserve such a punishment from you? Many people in the capital knelt on the ground when they saw this scene. In their opinion, no one except God could launch such an attack. Warning, warning, arm broken. Inside Doroma Anim, the ritual display screen glowed red. King Faust actually had a trump card that he hadn't used, but after seeing this scene, his eyes were dull and he had no intention of resisting. Facing such a terrifying attack, any resistance would be futile. Uchiha Zanyan instantly appeared in front of King Faust, and a huge skeleton arm appeared out of thin air, grabbing Doroma Arnim's neck, as easy as grabbing a little chicken. Crack. The huge arm gently squeezed, and Doroma Arnim's neck was crushed, revealing King Faust of Edris in the cab. Warning, warning, advertisement. At this time, King Faust was no longer arrogant, and his face was full of fear. The other party was a demon, a monster. Doroma Arnim was made of anti-magic armor, but he couldn't resist the other party's slash. What else could this be if not a monster? The huge arm grabbed King Faust. You know what? If you just attack me, it doesn't matter, but if you plan to attack my guild, you deserve to die. When Uchiha Zanyan was about to crush the old guy to death, Uchiha Zanyan said lightly, I already knew what you looked like, and I also knew that you and Jello were not the same person. Don't underestimate my eyes. Your Highness. The captain of the first Magic War Team Panza Lily saw Mr. Gang's eyes widened in disbelief. A voice sounded. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes, he wouldn't have dared to imagine that humans could actually make such a terrifying slash. Mr. Gang took off the mask on his face, revealing a face that was exactly the same as Jalal's. Long time no see, father. Uchiha Zanyan. Mr. Gang was just about to explain why he looked exactly like Jalal. Unexpectedly, only a few hours later, the palace of Edlas had been captured by Uchiha Zanyan, and the capital was cut open. The room where anima is made. This voice, you. King Faust immediately felt very familiar when he heard this voice. Yeah, quote, Prince, what exactly are you going to do? But he was worried that Uchiha Zanyan would destroy the entire king of Edlas in a moment of impulse, so he chose to chase him first. Mr. Gang motioned Uchiha Zanyan to follow, and several people came to a halt together. Several captains of the Magic War Team also rushed over. Several captains of the Magical Combat Team were high-ranking officials of the Kingdom of Edlas, so they naturally knew where this place was. Advertisement. Quote. Quote. At the same time, several people were also a little puzzled. What did His Royal Highness bring Uchiha Zanyan to this place for? Long time no see, Lily. He couldn't watch Uchiha Zanyan kill his father. Uchiha Zanyan looked in the direction of the voice and saw Mr. Gang flying towards him on an eagle. That takes a little time, but I have a faster way. Mr. Gang knew that Uchiha Zanyan's eyes were very magical, but he didn't expect that he would be exposed in front of the other party. Mr. Gang was originally going to rescue the Fairy Tail Guild first. Seeing that Uchiha Zanyan was going to kill his father, although he had no feelings for his father, the other party was his father after all. Several members of the Magical Combat Team were shocked. It was obvious that the prince knew this monster. Wait a minute, I have been watching Ace Langdon for a long time. Although there are disputes, it is a rich world. It must be a container for acceptance. Mr. Gang said to Uchiha Zanyan, please follow me. When Lily heard this, he immediately had an idea that made him unbelievable. Your Majesty, Mr. Gang, haven't you restored the town yet? Quote. Quote. Seeing Mr. Gang, several people were also surprised. That's right, I want to reverse anima and eliminate all the magic in this world. What? Except for Uchiha Zanyan, everyone else's face changed drastically. No, you can't do this. What right do you have to do this? King Faust shouted wildly. He spent a lot of effort to make this country have endless magic power. He fought north and south and unified the whole world. Now he finally found a way to solve the lack of magic power in this world. His stupid son actually wanted to make the magic power of this world disappear and wanted to destroy this world. He absolutely would not allow this. Panza Lily said. Anyway, that's too ridiculous. Mr. Gang said. In order to cut off the disputes in this world, this is the only way. I want to create a world that 10 people can face with the number of people. Mr. Gang was about to start the instrument. No, you can't do this. All the magic power is mine. I don't allow others to take my magic power away. King Faust rushed to Mr. Gang with a crazy face, trying to stop Mr. Gang. As a result, he accidentally fell to the ground. Then he shouted at the other people, what are you still doing? Do you want to see the world destroyed? Go and stop Jelal. Advertisement. Chapter 400 Destruction. Advertisement. Lily did not intend to stop it. In his eyes, His Royal Highness was more important than His Majesty the King. Hughes, Shugboy, Urza and Baira wanted to stop it, but under the deterrence of Uchiha Zanyan, they did not dare to move. They felt fear in the illusion space, but in the real world, Uchiha Zanyan made them feel what despair was. Soon, Mist Gang started the machine. A beam of light shot up into the sky. A huge Uzumaki appeared in the sky, and the vortex formed a passage leading to Ace Langdon. The captains of the Magic War team all showed desperate expressions at this time, and were very flustered. Quote. 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 17. That's it. As long as there is magic, there will be conflicts. So I will make the magic in this world disappear. Through the anima you unfold, the magic in this world will flow to Ace Landon. In Ace Landon, which is rich in magic, these magic will immediately vaporize and become part of nature. For the new world, we must first destroy Edlas. At this time, many people in the capital of Edlas were in chaos. Wow, suddenly I can't use magic. What's going on? What happened? Is this God's punishment for us? Wow. Mr. Gang looked at Uchiha Zanyan and said, Uchiha Zanyan, the town and the guild will soon be back to normal. That's good, then I'll leave them to you. Uchiha Zanyan looked at Urza and the others and said, if it weren't for Mr. Gang persuading me to show mercy, I would have killed you all long ago. The reason you are still alive now is because of this reason. So, you should be thankful that you are still alive now. I originally planned to torture you to death. Advertisement. When several people heard what Uchiha Zanyan said, they trembled. The illusion space of Uchiha Zanyan was too terrifying. Uchiha Zanyan looked at Mr. Gang and said, do you want to stay in this world or return to Fairy Tail? I choose to stay in this world. Although this world is not as perfect as Ace Landon, this is my hometown after all. Mr. Gang said, I know. If you need any help, you can tell me. I have set the coordinates in this world and can be teleported to this world at any time. Uchiha Zanyan said and used Flying Thunder God technique to leave. He still had space in his eyes. Although this world has no value, his eyes still had space, so there was no loss in locating it. He would erase it after he was trapped. Ponzu Lily asked Mr. Gang, Your Highness, that person is. He is the strongest wizard of Ace Landon Fairy Tail Guild, Uchiha Zanyan. I can't believe that a wizard can be so powerful. Ponzu Lily looked at the split city and the mountains in the distance. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes, he would never believe that human power could reach this level. He is special. Even among the countless wizards in Ace Landon, his strength is the best. Uchiha Zanyan's strength is too strong. Even the 10 holy wizards are not Uchiha Zanyan's opponents. Seeing the sword that Uchiha Zanyan slashed today, he understood that the strength that Uchiha Zanyan showed before was only a part of the opponent. Uchiha Zanyan appeared beside Natsu and his friends. At this time, there was one more person on their side, Gajil, who was sent here by Mr. Gang. Zanyan, we can use magic in this world. Natsu said to Uchiha Zanyan excitedly, and his hands ignited flames. Mr. Gang gave Gajil a medicine bottle, which contained medicine that allowed Natsu and others to cast magic in this world. Ah, congratulations. Zanyan, I will help you teach the King of Edlas a lesson now. No need, the matter has been resolved, and everyone in the guild has returned to the original world. What? Everyone was shocked. It has only been a short time, and Uchiha Zanyan has conquered the kingdom of Edlas. Gajil said. Zanyan, that slash just now. Well, I chopped it. Advertisement. Although there have been speculations for a long time, it is still a bit unacceptable. This guy is too weird. He can actually make such a terrifying slash. Okay, the matter in this world has been resolved. Let's go back. Natsu opened his mouth wide. He didn't know what to say. They came to this world to save everyone in the guild. Just when he was excited and ready to fight, the matter was resolved by Uchiha Zanyan. Although he was used to this kind of thing, he didn't help at all. This feeling was still too speechless. Really? That's great. You are Zanyan after all. Love. Lucy was very happy to hear that everyone in the guild had been rescued. She was not the kind of woman with big ambitions. Being able to rescue everyone in the guild safely without taking any risks was the best outcome for her. After all, the kingdom of Edras was a powerful country that unified the world, so forget about her small body. Yeah, that's great. Wendy was also very happy to hear this. For the simple-minded Wendy, as long as everyone was safe and sound, it would be fine. Sha Lulu was very shocked. She didn't expect that she was really solved by Uchiha Zanyan, and that slash, how strong was this guy? Okay, everyone has been rescued, let's go back too. Go back. How do we go back? They didn't consider how to go back when they came to this world. Uchiha Zanyan opened his Sharingan, and a space-time channel appeared. What is this? This is my pupil technique. I can freely travel in the world I'm in. Ace Langdon has my time and space positioning. Everyone opened their mouths wide. What else can't Uchiha Zanyan do? He can travel through the world easily. Uchiha Zanyan has already stepped in. Seeing this, others hurriedly followed him in. Advertisement.